sih ya, untuk sementara sih terakhir guys. Nah ada mana guys, nah, jadi video ambil thumbnail guys, ini siap udah ya, ini setupnya. Wait guys, Avenger Doomsday, anjay Avenger Doomsday guys. Mana live streamnya lah, lah kok ngilang, kan ada di ini di storynya sih. Nah baru ada guys ya. Jackson 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 Jackson. Nah udah aman cuy. Oke kita langsung aja ke gamenya gak sih, langsung aja ke game. Gue lupa ke out chat. Pasti ya jam setengah dua ya tau gue mulai. Mana sih banyak banget ini. Alyosha, Alyosha. Oke udah guys, udah masuk guys. Guys, guys, balik lagi bareng gue di channel Ravan. Kali ini gue bakal main Genshin Impact yang lanjut story quest kemarin guys, Archon quest ya, lebih tepatnya guys. Gue bakal beresin dulu yang Act 2 ya, biar nggak apa ya, biar cepet beres aja guys main Genshinnya guys, Genshin partnya ya. Semoga ya, semoga cepet beres. Gue penasaran apa plot lain gitu guys, apakah bener langsung ending di Snezhnaya apa tidak guys. Let's sih ya, sisa aja guys. Kemarin gue break dulu ya, saya mau kemarin tapi nggak akan ngebur guys kemarin. Oke langsung aja ke gamenya guys, let's go. Sama ya rolling dulu data. Kemarin gue sempet main di ini sih, di mobile guys, sumpah tapi smooth banget di mobile, walaupun grafiknya kurang ya, tapi smooth sih, lancar. Aduh main di HP cuy. Mana nih klik lah, pakai pakai yang wifi yang itu maksudnya kan, gimana bang klik. Aku diamin guys, ada lah ya, ada guys, ada guys, apa guys. Oke ini kenapa mau loading guys, what happened, kok ngelag lagi guys. Perasaan baru main lah, udah ngelag lagi guys. Lama banget, lama. Ah akhirnya cok, setelah sekian lama ya, setelah sekian lama, udah cuma berapa menit lah. Cuma lama coba di laptop kayak di mobile aja. Aku pengen live di mobile aja sebenarnya, tapi gimana gitu guys, ada WM nya kalau ada di mobil. Tapi gue udah luasa banget gitu kalau banget. Oke, kita langsung aja ya ke quest Archon ya. Archon quest ya. Mana sih? Lupa. Itu mau ya aku. Nah itu loh maksud gue. Oke ini ya, Forest Nocturne Act 2 guys. Let's go ya. Oke di sini lah. Lalu kita bisa typing nggak ternyata guys. Emang harus jalan mandiri ya ternyata. But oke guys, kita jalan mandiri. Oke 75 lagi guys. Ada perapi nggak sih mendapat patutnya guys? Kemarin kayaknya level kemarin guys. Nggak bisa gua langkahin gitu. Lalu kita ke depan dulu ya. Oh ke Corolabs kita atau dulu kita guys. Oh yang kemarin ya nggak ada TP yang kita dekat sana cuy. Ya kan kita mau nonton nggak sih? Oke jadi bisa sendiri ya ternyata. Bisa sendiri cuy ceritanya guys. Jadi kita pakai karakter sendiri ya di sini ya. Kita langsung aja ke teaternya. Ini nggak ada orang-orang sama sekali aja. Lah kok diginiin? Sudut pandang itu. Oke. Ini sudut pandang baru kali ya. Kita langsung aja. Ada apa di sini?
It sure is cold today. I wonder how much heavier the snow's gonna get. Here to see Odette? I just need to see your tickets for the preview. Perfect. Thank you. I'll hold on to your tickets. Come on in. It's freezing outside.
I think I'll leave the Lelic question until after the show's over. Then I'll go find Odette. Child said he was originally going to Is there anyone here who looks like Atonia? Let's see. It's a small audience. Makes sense for a preview. But wait, I do see some familiar faces. Mr. Chuganov's back again by the looks of it. Oh, and is that Mitya? And that Fatui officer, Valeri. Yes. Oh no. It looks like the show's starting and I still haven't found Tonya. Never mind. I'll just have to take a seat for now and see if I can catch her afterwards.
Tonya mana dah? Sekosong gitu kursi-kursinya guys. Kita menonton pertunjukan Odette ya. Seperti biasa si Mitya bergerak-gerak soalnya guys. Apa tuh? Oh nulis ya guys. Inspirasinya kayak kenapa gitu tiba-tiba mati lampu. What happened guys? Oh emang dari acaranya nggak sih? Lah dingin dia. Kegigilan nih guys.
Hello, members of the audience. I'm a staff member here at the theater. Today's performance was a very special one for us, as it marks the first attempt in a long time to revive the classic Snezhnayan ballet, Spirit Seeker. To commemorate this occasion, we would love to take a group photo of the cast, crew, and audience members present today. Could I kindly ask the audience to please come up onto the stage?
All right, everyone, huddle in a little more. Now, look at the camera. 1, 2, 3.
Banyak lah ya, siapa aja nggak tahu guys. Si Tony
Are you quite satisfied, Mr. Energy Scientist? I rather hope you don't have any other escape plans to add to my workload today.
What are you talking about, Sarge? This was simply my way of inviting you to watch Miss Odette's new show with me. And wasn't the performance spectacular? In the future, I heartily encourage you to take a leaf out of my book. Find some soul-nourishing pastimes to enrich your time outside of work.
It was indeed a fine performance.
Working hours and non-working hours are just a social construct. Already? I mean, I was kinda hoping to soak up the atmosphere for a little longer, but off we go then, Sarge. Back to the land of working hours. Lead the way. That has to be her. She's the only person in the audience around Tonya's age. Excuse me.
Oh ini Tony tuh guys.
Your brother's busy today, so I took his ticket. Don't worry about him, he's fine.
Iya nih Tony guys.
Okay.
Gue kira buatnya.
What's wrong? Are you...
No, I'm fine. It's nothing.
Maybe she caught a cold on the way here because of the weather.
Cuaca dingin banget cuy.
I haven't seen snow like this in a long time. It's most unusual.
I know. It's completely white out there. You can barely see a thing. I've never seen such heavy snow in my life.
Let's wait it out for now. You'd be lucky not to freeze to death in this weather, let alone find your way.
Well, look at that. Maybe we shouldn't be in such a rush to get back after all. What do you think?
Let's wait and...
Why do you need to take it so seriously? Fate has given us this wonderful chance to take a break. We owe it to ourselves to make the most of it.
Come to think of it, there's a small inn not far from here that always keeps plenty of extra blankets on hand for guests. I know the route well. Shall I head over and borrow a few blankets?
Sir, there's really no need to go to all that trouble.
Hey, it's no trouble at all. Wait here, I'll be right back.
What a kind gentleman. Very good. My wife and daughter are waiting for me at home, so I shall be heading back as soon as I get my blanket.
So... are you expecting us to go back to the Armory Palace wrapped in blankets too?
Don't worry about that. I made arrangements in advance. They will escort us back.
Operation Showtime? So, wait. Every single time you drag me back to work when I sneak out, I gotta say, you've really turned this into quite a moral dilemma for me. It's snowing pretty hard out there.
Sure. My brother might come pick me up in a bit anyway.
Time to get to work. I should head backstage and find Odette.
Excuse me, are you looking for someone?
Apa ya? Alyosa aja nggak sih? Oh, Odette aja langsung intinya.
A fan, I'm guessing? Today is just a dress rehearsal, so Miss Odette won't be meeting with fans. She's taking a well-earned rest right now. Sorry, but that area is currently off limits to everyone except the cast and crew.
Anjir nggak boleh ya, nggak boleh masuk loh.
Bad timing, I guess.
Kok bisa gitu?
Well, I might as well stick around. I doubt Odette will be leaving before the snow lets up in any
Ya,
case.
sedingin itu lah cuy. Gila lama banget ya.
What happened to the gentleman who went to fetch the blankets? How has he still not returned?
I was thinking the same thing.
Whatever the reason for his delay, I must say I hate nothing more than people who make empty promises and fail to deliver. Well, I have to treat my employees like that on occasion, but...
Ada apa nih? Kayaknya ada yang janggal. Harus di ini nggak sih? Sudah dibikin nggak sih?
You seem anxious, Mr. Valeri.
It's been nearly 4 hours since I left the armory. The army should have arrived to extract us by now. They know how much I despise tardiness and disrupted plans.
Surely a snowstorm like this one counts as such.
Few things in this world can stop the Snezhnayan army, Mr. Mitya. And a
Why don't you go out and take a look?
An absurd hypothesis. I have no intention of leaving your side for even a moment until I have escorted you back to the Armory Palace.
This doesn't look like an ordinary snowstorm to me. That guy who left earlier. It looked like he just vanished into thin air. Either that.
A man-eating snowstorm? Come on. Night hasn't even fallen yet. Spare us the ghost stories.
Bisa kita lakukan, masa diem terus di sini?
Traveler, didn't know you were coming today. How come you didn't say anything? Oh, right. I assumed you were looking for me in Vodenitsa. Odette's still backstage. Whoa, that's quite a snowstorm out there.
Is weather like this?
Yeah, snow like this. I'm sure I've seen it out in the wild before, but never in the city. Actually, I take that back. I don't think I've seen snow this bad even in the wild.
If even Alosha thinks snow like this isn't normal, could it have anything to do with that monster people have been talking about?
We can't stay cooped up here forever. No need. I have plenty of experience with snowstorm. Everyone by the door. Careful not to let the snow soak into your shoes.
Heading out, my man? Be careful.
Thanks for the advice. I am planning to be careful.
Kita ikut lihat-lihat nggak sih? Apa dia sendiri aja? Dingin banget sih itu jujur. Ada apa nih?
He's back! He's back! How was it? What's going on out there?
Did you see any soldiers patrolling the area?
Something about this storm isn't right. There's no one out there. I didn't see a single soul. This isn't your average snowstorm. I suspect it might be related to recent events in our nation.
Are you serious? So all of us are trapped here now?
You want to go outside and see? I, for one, am not risking my neck in that weather.
This just turned from a minor delay into a major hassle.
We can only hope that our friend who went to fetch the blankets just ditched us and went home.
Is it really that bad? But my daughter, I won't be able to read her a bedtime story tonight.
Huh? What are you all still doing here? Whoa! It's snowing hard. So now we're stuck here? Oh, this is terrible. On the bright side, the theater's always well stocked with supplies. If the snow still doesn't let up as we get into the evening, you can spend the night here, everyone. At least, fine by me.
This seems like a sensible backup plan under the circumstances.
What are you staring outside and praying for, my man?
Oh, Your Majesty the Tsaritsa, I beg you, please do not let tonight's snow. This is a golden opportunity to spend the night under the same roof as the two.
I think I've changed my mind. Sir, if you so much as look at us funny, you'll be seeing stars in a whole other way.
It's getting colder. We need to keep the indoor temperature up. Close the door and lock it tight.
Gila, sering banget ya. Masa berhari-hari sih. Mulai guys. Act 2 mulai. Kita lihat masalahnya apa cuy. Oke, kita dapat ini banget. Ini oke, dia staff member guys, si Kolis ya. Aliasnya biasa lah, hunter ya, hunter rocket. Who is this guy bang? Gak ada aja, harus tanya dulu. Sugunov si ini ya, yang aneh, orang aneh guys. Sonia adiknya Tartaglia guys. Ya ini kita sih ya, the fourth descender lah. Fairlane, dia si Sergeant ya, itulah. Vodenitsa, Primavera Krauske Kru Nitya, yang perusahaan itu ya penelitian. Kita berarti harus nanya ke dua orang itu ya, si cewek sama si laki-laki random. Mungkin yang ngilang gak sih? Yang ngambil blanket sih ya guys. Rompana, oke ini staff lagi ya. Oke, kita lihat apa yang terjadi. Kita nggak bisa keluar. Kemungkinan enggak sih. Iya enggak guys. Pantes dipisahin, ternyata ada ini, ada anomali, suatu anomali. Ini pasti ada kejadian apa itu membuat kita kejadian. I don't know, kita cari tahu aja guys apa yang terjadi ya. Kita ke ruangan nih berarti. Kita masuk ruangan-ruangan nih, kita ngobrol-ngobrol sama orang-orang ini guys.
And then there's the aristocrats. Easiest of all to deal with. You don't... because nothing horrifies them more than the thought of a cheap, coarse rope leaving creases on their precious $1,000,000 more coat.
Bisnis
mercenari. Unexpected, but funny nonetheless.
Well, look at that. I got myself a new listener. Hey there. Let me introduce myself. The name's Shram.
And I am Chuganov, an entrepreneur. If my name is...
Are you really that famous, Mr. Chuganov?
Excuse me? Is that a joke?
Oh, I'll have to ask my rope later.
Itu doang itu. Nothing special, guys.
Excuse me?
Gak bisa ya harusnya. Oh bisa guys, yang itu ya, ruangan itu. Kita ngobrol sama.
How are you feeling?
I'm fine. Sorry to worry you. Used to it by this point.
Child must take great care of his sister.
You know, stuck in a strange place thanks to a snowstorm. Having to... Exactly. It's like one of those stories where an ordinary school trip turns into... I'm fine, really.
Look after yourself.
Batuk-batuk sakit ya. Nah, Torgov ini siapa guys?
My husband has major trust issues. To him, I doubt even this snowstorm is a good enough excuse for...
That's the price of marrying into wealth.
Okay, rich businessman.
Hello?
Itu doang.
My husband has...
That's the price of marrying... hello?
Rich businessman, cuy. Tiga lagi yang perlu kita... Ini nggak bisa, ini apa ternyata sebenarnya guys? Apa ini ya? Yang saling mengejar.
This is highly irregular. A delay of over an hour during an operation like this theoretically warrants a Harbinger level response.
Sarge, the day you learned to let go and... why, hello, sir. I believe you were the one sitting at a nearby table. Any friend of the theater's star performers is a friend of mine. It's...
Greetings. Major Valeri, head of the Special Assignments Battalion. I am here to ensure Mr. Mitia's personal safety. Please let me know if I...
Mr. Traveler, I cannot help but notice that Miss Odette is stealing glances at me. Any idea what that could be about? I've racked my brains, but I can't think of anything I might have done to offend her. What? You mean I really did do something to upset her?
So, Mr. Mitia, is your work related to Project Stuja?
Yes, that's right. The higher-ups in the Fatui transferred me from the Energy Commission to the Armory Palace because they wanted me to... Really? I can't even talk about that? Pretty sure it counts as part of my private life. All right, I won't say anything. Sorry, Traveler. As you can see, I'm afraid this pleasant chat will have to...
Okay. Nggak bisa guys, nggak bisa dapat
This
informasi
is highly irregular.
Kita coba mengambil informasi dari si Odette guys.
I have to say, even though today was a rehearsal and there were some hiccups...
I couldn't agree more. Especially... Do you think we were coming on too strong?
What about you? What did you think of today's performance? Oh my, that's very flattering of you. I'll make sure to save a ticket for you when the show's performance ready.
This doesn't seem like the time or place to bring up the subject of Lelik. I need a chance to speak with her in private.
So unfair. Talk about double standards.
And now it looks like I've been spotted. You know Mitia too?
No, I don't. have a feeling that he might be dangerous.
Oh, dia nggak kenal guys, nggak kenal sama militer loh. Gue kira kenal. Oke. Lah, satu lagi siapa? Oh, gue nggak lihat.
Do you think we were coming?
Lah, diabaikan ya. Hehehe. Aliusnya sama Vodenitsa dah guys. Oke, baru.
I don't think it's ever been this lively backstage before. Hey, have you seen Chuganov? I heard he was coming today.
I'm with you. This could...
Yeah, I gotta figure out a way to coax some more intel out of him. I wanna know why he suddenly changed his stance on Project Stuja. What exactly happened before the most recent Vetcha vote?
For the Rokad, or just out of personal interest?
There are other people... How's it looking?
No change from this afternoon. Heavy snow with no sign of slowing down.
May I have your attention, please? The storm is unlikely to stop tonight, and it'll be even more dangerous outside at night than it was during the day. We at the theater owe everyone here a duty of care. Therefore, we strongly suggest that you stay on site overnight and avoid going outside unless absolutely necessary. In a few short moments, we'll give you a tour of the theater's various quarters. You can choose to sleep in the VIP room, the office, or backstage. Or on the stage if you'd prefer.
I'll pass on sleeping on the stage. What if the snow is stopped by tomorrow morning? The early birds in the audience might think we're part of some experimental new show.
A drama about sleeping? That could be fun.
Not bad. Clear selling point at least. Could be a...
Anyone who doesn't wish to sleep on the stage, please follow me.
I guess I'll call it a night. Though I feel like I won't sleep very well without Paimon. I'm sure she'll be worried that I haven't made it back yet. I wonder if she's feeling any better yet. At least she hasn't been getting any worse. Still, I should try and get back first thing tomorrow morning.
Tidur dulu guys, fokus tidur. Kita lihat ya besok hari apakah baik si snowstormnya. Tidak guys. Oh, tadi perasaan di sini.
Ah, finally. Welcome back to the world of the living, lazy bones. I was about to wake you. The black mist is almost on us.
Lah.
Still waking up, huh? You know, the black mist. It's been chasing us from below ever since we were born. You're just dozy. There's no way you forgot. Come on. Let's keep heading up.
Here we...
What's going on?
That black mist.
The Black Mist cultists believe that being swallowed by the Black Mist leads to everlasting peace. But if you ask me, they're just lying to themselves. We're the only heretics left. The only ones who refuse to give in. We have to keep going.
But how do you actually know that they're wrong?
Dangerous question there, Torgov. The moment your faith wavers, you start a chain reaction that ends in the collapse of your will. Put the question out of your mind. Stay strong and believe that the Black Mist means certain death.
Okay.
I can't do this anymore.
All this will pass eventually, I promise.
You accuse the Black Mist cultists of being liars. But you're lying too. There is no end to this path.
The cult of the Black Mist has poisoned your mind, Sobolova.
I am. I think I'll take my chances with the Black Mist.
As much as I detest the Black Mist cultists.
Then I bid you both farewell. Let me... Fate always appears so impossibly complicated. Their fate was sealed from the instant they entertained doubt.
Kita lanjut cabut aja duluan sama si Mid ya guys. Oh mereka bener-bener gak ada guys.
Torgov and Sobolova are gone. I never thought the day would come when even they would be swallowed by the Black Mist. It's just you and me now. Yes, it looks like it's satisfied. This happens from time to time, but it won't be long before the Black Mist starts chasing survivors once again. Well, we should make the most of the precious moments of rest that those two bought. Huh?
Gua nggak dapat video dari situ kan. Tadi kita masih di teaternya lah. Oh gue baru sadar guys. Cuma mimpi kayaknya. Enggak sih.
What is it, Chuganov?
Is it morning already? Sounds like it's coming from next door.
Apakah benar-benar mati guys? Yang kayak gitu? Coba gue cek. Lah ada tempat di sini. Gue baru nyadar ada tempat di situ. Oke, kok di samping guys? Yang sama Mitra tadi kayaknya nggak sih? Coba kita cek.
Don't look, Miss Tonya. Stay here.
What happened to them?
Beneran Black Beast guys. Aku menyerah soalnya tadi guys.
These two people have passed away.
Bisa.
And the strange thing
Kayaknya
is
si
that
Mitra ini
somehow
membahayakan nggak sih?
I knew this
Beneran
was
nih.
going to happen. Have I seen this moment before?
Oh, dia
Or
nggak inget.
did I have some kind of premonition?
Let me take a look.
Membahayakan aja guys.
No vital signs in either of them. They're
Itu
dead.
guys, beneran guys.
The cause of death, however, remains unclear.
But just last night, they were chatting and joking away.
Could they have had pre-existing medical conditions?
Diulang kan harusnya guys.
It's hard to believe that they died of natural causes. Who was the first to discover the bodies?
It was me. But these deaths have nothing to do with me, officer. I got up early because I wanted to see if the snow had stopped. Then I noticed that the door to this room was open, and it looked like there was a man and woman inside. I just went over to see what was going on.
I can corroborate this. I was doing my morning exercises near the stage. When I saw Mr. Chuganov heading this way, I followed him. I can also confirm that I didn't see a single person approach that room before him.
The snowstorm was raging all night, and it's still going now.
You mean an intruder? No, not possible. I slept by the door last night as a precaution. There's no way I wouldn't have noticed if anyone had tried to open it.
Everyone, split into pairs and search the theater for anyone in hiding or any signs of suspicious activity.
Kita cari ya.
Nothing on your end either?
Backstage is clear. We checked the
Nggak ada apa-apa,
basement.
guys.
Also clear.
Are we certain that the theater doesn't have a back door?
No, there's nothing like that.
Nggak
If people were
perlu
sneaking in
banyak
through
aja.
some secret tunnel to avoid buying a ticket, we'd have sealed it off ages ago. I also checked the windows. All of them are locked from the inside, and there's no sign of anyone entering or leaving.
It sounds like we can safely rule out the intruder theory. If anyone came in during the night in this weather, there'd be no way for them to avoid leaving footprints or water stains.
This can only mean one thing. It's like one of those murder mysteries you see in novels and plays, isn't it? The ones where the killer is one of us.
We can't quite jump to that.
Could he be right? It's hard to imagine something like that happening in real life. Set in a theater during a snowstorm. A murder takes place, and the killer is among us.
Looking at who the killer targeted and the clean
Siapa,
entry and
guys?
exit, it all adds up. I know what this is.
What is? What have you
Both victims were wealthy, well-known local merchants. And the door was deliberately left open so I would discover the bodies and witness the crime scene first thing in the morning. Such ruthless methods. This was your doing, wasn't it?
Lelik?
You mean Lelik is among us? And he's the killer?
Lelik. I know this code name.
He's ada di
Member
sekitaran
of the
kita, berarti
Rokot,
ini.
anti-Project Stuzha. Always works alone. I've read the case files at the
Siapa dia?
Armory Palace.
Bisa aja Nitya
Walk
nggak
me
sih?
through your
Lelek.
reasoning, Mr. Chuganov.
Lah, kok gitu ya?
What now, huh? What now, Lelik? What more do you want from me? I already voted against Project Stuzha at the Snezhnaya Gradvecha.
Gara-gara si
You
Lelek.
snuck into my house the other day while I was asleep. Left a threatening letter.
Oh,
and I did
iya,
all that you
mengancam
asked.
buat si Chugunov
But
ini.
Project Stuzha cannot be so easily shaken. Not with the rooster in charge.
So he really was threatened by Lelik. That makes sense.
Bingung gak sih?
And now you're resorting to murder to threaten me. Isn't that right? I knew it. The Rokot despises the rich. The lives of the wealthy are but refuse. Show yourself! Which one of you is Lelik, Tell me! I'll do whatever you want! Just stop playing these mind games!
Was this really Lelik's doing? Would Odette really do something like this? If Odette really is Lelik, this seems out of character.
Kayaknya bukan lah guys.
But then again, how well do I really know her? I'm probably the only one here with a compelling theory about Lelik's true identity. But if I reveal it now, I'll be putting Odette in the line of... What should I...
I don't think it's likely that Lelik killed anyone. At least from the stories I've heard. He's never killed anyone before. And his name has never come up in connection with any murder. Besides, even if Lelik did want to threaten you, why resort to such an extreme and roundabout method? It's not his style at all.
Vodyanitsa doesn't know that Lelik might be Odette.
Miss Vodyanitsa, why do you suddenly feel the need to speak in Lelik's defense?
Defense? Oh, no.
Well, if you think I'm so wrong, what's your theory then,
The case is still evolving, Mr. Chuganov. Please do not prevent others from expressing their opinion.
Even so, there's no denying that the recent threat received by Mr. Chuganov may well be an important clue.
So there's still a good chance that Lelik is right here among us. I can't do this anymore.
Whoa, take a beat. We all know it's far too dangerous out there. Even the soldiers couldn't get to us. Go out that door, and whoever this Lelik is, they're surely not going to murder anyone in broad daylight. Be sensible, my man. You're safer inside.
As much as I regret having to say this, I'd like everyone to cooperate and refrain from exiting the premises until further notice. Because as things stand, every one of us is now a suspect. Unless anyone has further information to share, let's adjourn for now.
Ya coba cek satu-satu lah ya, tapi ya. Oke, kode tuh coba ya.
I still find it hard to believe there's a murderer.
There's no guarantee that you can trust your classmate.
Why did they do this?
Kita masuk dulu ya kayaknya. Iya lagi, bener sih. Diskusi dulu bareng member Rockpots ya.
You're right, that was my bad. It was a knee-jerk reaction. I didn't think it through. Luckily, no one suspected my identity. Oh, phew. It's just you. I thought...
Since Vodyanitsa and I were on the same page earlier.
Whoa. Are you serious? I don't know if this counts as gossip, but... Odette? Really? Odette? Oh god, how dumb does this make me look?
Actually, it's exactly what you'd expect.
And now that you mention it, the more I think about it, the more sense it seems. What are we up to now? Odette's identities. She's my coworker, specifically a ballerina, and also a It must be... I guess since I've always known her as a member of the Fatui, it never even crossed my mind that she could be involved with the Rokat. I don't understand. If she's with the Fatui...
Probably best if you ask her...
Well, since you waited until now to bring this up instead of announcing it to everyone earlier... Yeah. Lelik may not follow orders from the Rokat leadership. We need to confront her.
Do you think she'd really admit to...
I don't know. We'll have to see how it goes. For now, we'll work on the assumption...
Pastiin guys. Kasih Odette.
Now's our chance. Odette's alone. Let's go. Hey, Odette. What? Shh. Keep your voice down. We need to talk. So, all right, fine. You don't have to say anything or explain yourself. None of us believes you'd kill innocent people. The Traveler was the first to figure out your identity. But still, we're your colleagues, and we know what kind of person you are. So, can you clue us in? Tell us everything.
All right. Yes, I'm Lelik. And no, I'm not the murderer. And thanks, but I don't need you to cover for me. Actually, I'm planning to reveal my identity.
Huh? You're gonna reveal that you're Lelik? Here?
That's right. I'll admit I was surprised at first when Chuganov guessed that I was here. But after taking some time to assess the situation and confirm where everyone stands, I don't believe I have anything to worry about.
Are you sure you don't need a second opinion?
Mr. Valeri! What?
Biar diumumin langsung aja weh. Bener guys. Gila langsung penjelasan.
So, Odette is Lelik?
I don't know what game you're playing, but you've got a lot of nerve.
It's just one identity. So what if it's exposed? I can disappear and adopt a new identity. I made my peace with this when I chose to become... But more importantly, I promise I am not the murderer. So, if anyone still insists that I did this, you'd best produce the evidence now. Otherwise, I suggest that you bite your tongue.
Is this really the truth, Miss Odette?
That's confidence, all right. I believe you.
A real no-nonsense attitude. I can see why Marionette said that she's on track to inherit the title of the fair.
Are you seriously buying this? Hey, officer! She just admitted to being Lelik. Aren't you going to do something about this?
I do have one question, Miss Odette. Why have you chosen this moment to come forward and reveal your identity?
If I didn't say anything, everyone would be focusing all their efforts on finding Lelik. And that is exactly what the real culprit wants. I don't want to be the scapegoat who lets the murderer get away with this crime.
Despite all the accusations, she made the smart choice. A remarkable display of rational thinking under pressure.
She thought so far ahead. Why do I always feel like I'm one...
You've convinced me. Nevertheless, the group still considers you the prime suspect.
I understand. You're welcome to keep an eye on me around the...
Mr. Chu...
For my wife and daughter's sake...
Anomali banget sumpah sih. Ada apa nih?
Good work, Lelik guard team. And Lelik too. Here, have some...
Turns out Valeri knew about my exploit.
Shouldn't you be facing my way if you're guarding me? At the moment, it looks more like you're my bodyguard.
If the true culprit is indeed still at large, as you have claimed, we must keep our guard up against them.
Don't worry, Tonya. Once the snow stops, the officials will step in. You're gonna miss us, huh? Well, some of us work at the theater, so we'll still be...
Really, Miss Vodyanitsa? That's awesome! You've made a fan for life.
Aw, you're so cute, Tonya. All right, let's swear to it. I promise to give you the pass.
Promise.
Don't indulge her, Tonya. You don't have to swear an oath over things like that.
You really do get carried away sometimes, don't you, Miss Vodyan?
Hey! Mind your own business!
Ini perlu bawa ada tidak? Tidur lah, Cik. Okay.
Don't be nervous, Miss Water Imp. Everyone's here. There's nothing to be afraid of.
Excuse me? Do I look nervous? Don't be ridiculous.
No. You sound nervous, lass.
Oh. Wait, but how... Okay, plenty of people know that I'm a water imp, but still... How come you understand our primary mode of expression?
Primary mode of expression. I've not come across that concept before. Do enlighten me, Vodyanitsa.
Well, it's just... We water imps tend to communicate our emotions to each other by singing, rather than facial expressions. The emotions we convey through song take precedence over our facial expressions.
I'm impressed, Shram. I didn't take you for a man of culture, but you're clearly rather learned.
It's not about being cultured or not. The thing is, this mode of expression can usually only be understood by other water imps. It's not a simple case of a song sounding happy or sad. And yet, you're clearly human, Mr. Shram.
It's really not the big deal you're making it out to be. I think I just have a knack for it. Plus, I have a... very close friend who's a water imp. A delightful lady. But keep that a secret. Anyway, we spent so much time together that before I knew it, I noticed I could understand her expressions.
Oh, guess that makes sense.
Hey, what are you implying? You're not secretly insulting the audience in your songs.
Heavens! Why would I do a thing like that?
It's getting late. We should discuss our sleeping arrangements for tonight. To guard against the killer, someone needs to keep watch.
I suggest that we don't sleep in separate quarters tonight.
As long as someone keeps an eye on Lelik, I'm quite
Are you saying that you wish to bet your life on Miss Odette being the killer?
Nonsense. Of course not.
Then I propose the following arrangement for tonight. The Traveler, Odette, and I will form the Night Watch. We'll sleep in shifts, but 2 of us must be awake at any given time.
An excellent idea. This allows us to handle the night watch while also keeping an eye on Lelik. Meanwhile, the rule of taking shifts in pairs resolves the other issue. Namely, I expect that plan took you quite some time to...
Actually, our field combat manual outlines a similar approach. That being said, I must clarify that I harbor no disrespect towards you personally, Miss Odette. In fact, Lelik's numerous covert operations make fine textbook examples for military agents.
I care less about respect and more about the fact that you just robbed me of 2/3 of my sleep tonight. I'm calling dibs on being the first to...
Dia tidur langsung gitu.
It's almost time. We should wake Odette. How are you faring? Oh, not going to argue with that.
It's finally time for Odette and I to share the night watch.
Kita bareng guys sama Odette ya.
I came here to get information from her in the first place.
Kita nanyain.
How long are you gonna keep staring at me? Couldn't sleep. My mind's been running haywire. Plus, there's something I've been meaning to talk to you about. I had a hunch that you wanted a conversation too. Let's take this chance to clear the air, shall we?
Oke, mau kemana nih kita ngobrolnya guys? Sama Odette.
I just had a simple question for you, really. It's, Rosaline. In her final moments, did she have any last words or anything? I see. Well, that was all. I have no other questions. No, she was utterly ruthless in pursuing her goals. That kind of person should be hard to miss. And yet, even though I never approved of her methods, and she was an abrasive person. Oh, she told you. I guess that makes sense. I think she and... Yes. Rosaline wasn't the kind to gossip about this sort of thing. When I was a child, I had to join the Fatui for the sake of my mother and me. It was extremely grueling, and it didn't exactly come naturally to me. I was a newcomer who'd managed to make a good first impression on a harbinger. Every day was a struggle against the cold, pain, and fatigue. And most nights, I struggled to fall asleep. After enduring all that, I've become almost immune to the sensation of pain. Surely, any child who had to experience that would grow to hate her lot in life. Don't you think? So, I put an equal amount of effort into my ballet. Because in my young mind, that was the only way to defy my fate. It was my way of telling her, the Fatui's demands and your expectations of me are not what I wish for. One day, I will leave. I think she probably blamed my poor performance in training on my passion for ballet. She knew my heart wasn't in it. One time, when I was secretly practicing a dance at night, she suddenly showed up. I told her, "You don't deserve to watch the dance I learned from my mother." She looked stunned. I guess she was surprised that I lashed out first, before she had the chance. But strangely enough, on that occasion, she wasn't fierce with me like she was during training. Instead, she fell silent for a moment, and then left. After that, she never interfered with my dancing or asked me how it was going. She was. But even now, whenever I take out this core Ignis, I can't help but think of that night. Of the look on her face. Sort of. Although, gift might be too kind a term. This is her flame sealed within ice. She knew the location of every piece of Core Ignis. If any recipient started acting suspiciously, she'd be on to them immediately. So, when news of Rosaline's death reached Snezhnaya, many people immediately crushed their Core Ignis. It gave them a profound sense of relief, like they'd broken free from her shackles. But I kept mine. With my sensitivity to pain being as dull as it is, the warmth from this Core Ignis is one of the few things I can still feel clearly. I still wonder, did she really come to stop me that night? I guess she didn't leave anything behind. Not that I expected her to. It's fine. It's just a bit of a shame that we couldn't settle our differences before the end. She did. Are you sure she was talking? No, she didn't. I didn't even find out that she'd gone to Mondstadt until a while after she'd left. Wait, in that case... Okay.
There's something I'm trying to figure out. I'm beginning to suspect that Paimon's mystery illness is being caused by the energy research behind Project Stuja. Paimon's very important to me, so I have to get to the bottom of this. I figured that since you're Lelik, you might know something about all this.
The ultimate goal of this energy experiment is to create a weapon for the final battle. The weapon's construction was completed in Nodcry. Now, all that remains is to arm it with a sufficiently powerful energy. Yes. The weapon's development and all the related experiments are overseen by Lord Piero, the Jester. And the lab is located deep within the armor. I'm not sure why this experiment would be making Paimon feel unwell, though. Once we get out of here, I'll help you apply for an entry permit. And I'm hardly the organization's proudest member, as you know. You answered my question about Rosaline. I want to do you a favor in return. It's that simple.
What's...
You two seem to be hitting it off.
I thought you were sleeping.
Of course I was. In the military, one learns to fall asleep quickly, even in the most inhospitable environments.
Even if he was awake, he can't have overheard us.
Well, thank you both for keeping watch. Traveler, I'll take over for now. It's your turn to get some sleep.
Sure. This is our second night here, but at least I found out a little more about Paimon's I hope she's been sleeping well. Seriously? Is this payback for when I stared at her earlier? Never mind.
Kita masuk kali ya ke si Black Mist-nya ini, guys. Kayaknya masuk lagi deh. Penasaran siapa yang menyebabkan Black Mist. Iya, anjir, benar lagi.
Hey, what are you spacing out for?
Lagi.
Are you reaching your limit too?
How long have we been walking for?
Time's lost all meaning.
A star key? Or key star?
Whatever it's called. Ever since we noticed it, we've been walking up and up, but it seems like no matter how far...
Well, we've come this far. You never know. Maybe we're almost there?
Ayo, come on, bangun. Kita pasti bisa, guys. Let's go.
Monsters! Watch out!
Not again!
Fine.
I've lost count of how many times we run into them. Be careful.
Here, what? Now I'm back.
Wah, anjing kacau. harus beli yang baru sih ya guys. Monster macam apa coba?
Backup is here.
Shut up.
Run.
Harusnya mati kan? Kok nggak bisa jatuh gitu, mas? Mas kok nggak jatuh, mas? Jangan nyerah, mas guys. Ada apa sih ini sebenarnya? Bukan. Gila nggak beres-beres tuh, ini berapa ini loh.
You wanna fight?
Here they come again! Get ready!
Gonna cleave ya!
Terus kelar kon. Oh my god. Apa coba makhluk apaan maksudnya? Bantu-bantunya mas. Oh mas. Sekarang bukan lari-lari doang ya. Ternyata kita harus melawan monster-monster ini. Anjir lah, ada lagi.
Monsters ahead of us. The black mist
Support
behind
nasi,
us.
support doang.
Feels like there's no escape.
Masih nyerah sih mas?
Faster.
Oh, ini baru monster baru aja. Ada suara gitu. Matiin mas. Siksa aja mas. Apakah kita berhasil guys? Pada mereka nyerah sih.
No.
Jangan nyerah gak sih?
I'm fine.
I get you. In fact, I reached my limit a long time ago.
Yeah. The hope that the star gives us is the only thing keeping us going. Otherwise, why would it always be up?
We know you mean well.
Thank you, friend. But enough is enough. You're going to continue, aren't you? I admire that.
Guys, mati juga dong guys. Ya anjir lah.
It's not an illusion. We really are getting closer to the star.
Ayo dong. Kok nggak ikut bang? Bang nggak ikut bang. Wah ini ada guys.
Congratulations. You're the first person to make it here.
Mas terus kenapa dia ada di sini?
The black mist has stopped rising. Its hunger is satisfied for now. This is a good opportunity. I'll let you get some rest before we continue. What do you mean? Congratulations on reaching the starting point. Once you are ready, we will head out and walk upwards. Huh? What's wrong? Hey, don't give up before the journey's even begun.
Banyak yang bikin gua bingung sih ya. Tadi si Mitty sekarang ketemu Odette, cok. Apa yang terjadi?
Rampana!
Is that Vodyanitsa's voice?
Coolish, wake up! Please wake.
Ya anjir lah. Stop.
The situation is identical to that of the 2 casualties yesterday.
At least there are some elements that we can rule out this time.
Rampana. Coolish.
Weren't some of us keeping watch last night? 3 of us, in fact.
I'm as confused as you are. Certainly nothing unusual happened on my watch.
Likewise. And from what I've observed so far, both Miss Odette and the Traveler can be trusted.
To be honest, I didn't get a wink of sleep last night. I couldn't help but think I was the target. So I just laid there with my eyes closed. I heard the Traveler and Lelik chatting, but otherwise I don't recall hearing any commotion during the...
Me too. I didn't want to wake everyone up, so I was concentrating hard. Then, What could possibly be causing this? I worked closely with Rampana and Coolish for so long.
Stop mereka.
I never imagined that one day.
4 victims in just 2 days. And we still don't have a single lead. I need to get to the bottom of this as soon as possible. And above all, keep Tonya safe. I'd never be able to look Child in the eye again otherwise.
Still snowing?
Still snowing.
Yes, I just checked.
So we only have ourselves...
If you ask me, this killer can clearly strike whenever they please. Lelik must be an expert in poisoning.
Here we go.
Listen, I was already thinking to myself last night, was Lelik's reason for revealing her identity the real story? She's been playing us for fools. You get off on this, don't you? Revealing your identity, only to carry on with your killing spree?
That's a hideous thought.
How?
That's enough. Yesterday, you named Lelik as a suspect because the victims were both wealthy merchants. Lelik might have had a motive then, but today's victims were just ordinary people. Not to mention that they were colleagues of Odette and mine. What reason would she have to murder them?
Who knows? Maybe you don't know her as well as you think. I implore you all to ask yourselves, how many people are there really in this world that have what it takes to kill another person? Not Lelik is well known to be a ruthless operator, and now she has revealed her identity.
Everything you've said so far is still just conjecture, which doesn't constitute a concrete lead.
How can you defend her, officer? What did she say to you while you were on night watch? Maybe I shouldn't be so surprised. You military types are always colluding with criminals to target the rich. All so you can get your grubby paws on our hard-earned fortunes, then tell us to fall in line. The Fatui, the Druzhna, and the Rokot. Thugs, the lot of you. Don't you dare.
Sir, but... You were the one who told us not to stop other people from expressing their opinions yesterday. 4 people have already died. Only yesterday, turning against one another is the last thing we should be doing right now.
Little...
Even if Mr. Chuganov is a puffed-up, pig-headed windbag who doesn't have a clue what he's still one of the victims.
Quite. I had no intention of resorting to violence. In any case, I believe Mr. Chuganov has calmed down a little now.
I don't think there's any need for that. What is there to discuss? Nothing about this situation is normal.
Did you have an idea, Mitya? You're the brainiac here, right? Come on, clue us in.
I've been mulling something over. All the leads we have so far concern things from outside the theater. But then there's the 2 double murder crime scenes themselves, which have given us absolutely nothing to go on whatsoever.
So what do you suggest?
I think this could be a supernatural event.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but aren't you supposed to be a scientist?
I got into scientific research because of my insatiable curiosity.
Now that you mention it, I remember when I first came to the theater. I heard rumors about this place being haunted.
Haunted? Yeah, I think I heard the same thing. But I mean, they're only rumors, right? We've worked here for years.
Well, this has taken an unexpected turn. A haunted theater? If Paimon were here, she'd probably be hiding behind me in fear right now.
Why don't we take this opportunity to look for clues again with a more open mind?
Very well. Whether it's criminals or ghosts we're looking for, the same rules apply. Everyone needs to tread carefully. I'll move the bodies into the same room for now.
Cari clue ini. Wah gila, mati semua, mati. Tapi kita coba lihat ya pola-polanya, guys. Ini yang orang biasa ngisi cuma 3 andong, guys. Apa ya sebenarnya mereka nih? Cuma apa aja maksudnya? Kayak maksudnya pada di sini semua. Tanda takut ya.
I need to think very hard about whether there's anything that ever needed hiding.
Ada apa sebenarnya di sini itu?
Valeri, come take a look at this. You too, traveler.
Some sort of notebook. What is it for?
It's the on-duty logbook for the theater. Kulish was the main person to use it. He mostly used it to record any unusual incidents during a Yes, he'd always have this logbook with him when he checked tickets at the entrance.
This should confirm a lot of key details about the recent show.
Yes. The number of people. I've checked and double-checked, but the numbers just don't match what's recorded in the logbook. Apparently, we have an extra person among us.
Are we certain that logbook is accurate? Could someone have sneaked in without buying a ticket or something?
Unlikely. Kulish took his duties very seriously. Not to mention that this was a dress rehearsal, meaning smaller audience numbers and tighter ticket restrictions than...
We no longer have our tickets with us, do we? They got collected on entry. I assume there's no way we can check them again.
Unfortunately not. The theater recycles tickets. Once people are in the door, they don't tend to leave until the show ends. So we collect the tickets at the point of entry. Still...
Did an extra person just... Did an extra person...
Ada extra person ternyata. Ada orang yang bikin jangkal, guys. Tonya kah?
Tonya, did
Not yet. Still looking. So... Are we supposed to be looking for something paranormal?
This looks like somebody's notebook.
Itu ya si Vodianitsa nggak sih, guys?
Well, alright.
Ini yang Vodianitsa yang itu nggak sih yang dapat Saweria lah? Bener, guys.
Huh. This
Maybe it's a little rude for us to peek at this. It sounds like she's writing this for her parents, right?
Because her water imp parents belong to the aristocracy, who were driven out of Snezhnaya by the Tsaritsa long ago. It's fine. My fault for not storing it properly. All right, give me my notebook.
Aduh, ada Nisa. Apa nih, kemana guys? Kemana lagi? Nggak ada nggak sih? Beres aja. Nggak ada yang bisa di expect lagi, guys. Oh, ada yang bisa. Lah. Kok baru? Enggak, gua ada daerah kayak gini. Perasaan tadi nggak ada, Mas. Atau gua baru notice tadi.
Traveler, since you're here, come take a look at this.
Alosha found it. We're both curious to hear your perspective.
Ini guys. Apa nih? Tentang apa? Ini guys. Supernatural sightings. Ini guys. Fotonya. Ley lines, berkaitan sama ley lines. Dapat guys.
An investigation report, huh? Looks quite old. This person's name looks to be of...
The theater manager must have hired an investigator once specifically to look into this issue.
Presumably, the manager wanted to know if the supposed haunting was dangerous, while also being fearful of word getting out in case it affected the theater's business. Anyway, the bottom line is, the haunting is actually real after all. It's caused by an obstruction in the ley lines.
Ley line problems are pretty unexceptional to me by this point. And while it certainly offers an explanation for the goat, it's hard to imagine what connection it could have to these two murder.
Some of the language that appears at the very end of the report caught my eye. Angel civilization, ley line. My area of research doesn't touch on any of that, so it's huh? A piece of paper just fell out from the report. It landed right by your feet.
Apa nih? That is near, bro. Wish.
How unnerving. It was tucked inside the report, so it must be a note left by the author. Death is near. Is that supposed to be what's going on here? With us? In the theater? But if so, how did the author foresee it? Could he predict the future somehow?
Maybe things are more complicated than we
No, wait a second. If we take the report and the note at face value, they completely contradict one another. The report definitively concludes that the hauntings in the theater are harmless and cannot affect the real world. But the note seems to be warning of potential danger. The question is, what exactly does the note mean by death?
Yes.
The various ways we could interpret this keyword lead in completely different directions. If we take all this together, it's not impossible, is it? If anything, it's the natural conclusion.
Oh, I beg to differ. This sounds to me like a product of a researcher's vivid imagination.
Does it really sound that far-fetched? All right, well, let's treat that as speculation for now.
Good. Okay, now that we finally have some meaningful leads.
Apa nih? Simpulkan. Haunted.
So, that's about everything we've discovered so far. I'll share my theory first. Based on what we've learned from the logbook, I believe the extra person among us is most likely the killer. If the killer had simply bought a ticket, it would have greatly increased the risk of their identity being... I expect he or she either hid in the theater ahead of time, or found a way to slip past the ticket inspection.
What about the note found in the investigation report?
The killer may have simply planted it there as some sort of sick joke. I've seen my fair share of psychopathic killers.
So, it has nothing to do with the haunting of the theater after?
This theory makes sense to me. If we have an audience member unaccounted for, chances are they didn't come here to watch the show.
Could it really be that simple?
So, in other words, all we have to do is find out who got in here without a ticket, and all our problems will be solved? Then let me make one thing clear. All the theater staff should be well aware that I came here for the rehearsal legitimately, yes? There's no way I'm the one who didn't have a ticket.
It's true. I hear you used every trick in the book to get a hold of that ticket, too. Everything short of throwing a temper tantrum and rolling around on the floor at the entrance.
I most certainly did not degrade myself in such a way.
Probably a stupid question, but I might as well ask. Did anyone here get in without having their ticket checked? Guess it was naive of me to expect them to just admit to it.
Especially after the unprompted Lelik reveal. Once was already a miracle. Twice would be unfathomable.
Ini ya. Juri nih guys. Ini nggak sih seram banget langsung guys.
I don't believe any of us here knew Shram before all this.
Itu dia guys.
If no one can verify Shram's identity. Mr. Shram, did you really go through the ticket inspection to get in here?
Huh? Me? Why am I being singled out, my friend? Do I seem that suspicious?
It's not that you stand out as suspicious. More that everyone else has been ruled out as trustworthy.
Okay. Well, we spent the best part of 2 days together now. So I'm sure you can all tell what kind of person I am. I'm a true gentleman. I never dream of doing something like sneaking to the theater without a ticket.
Yeah, I have no doubt that you're a good person. But the problem is, none of us here actually know you. Although, actually, what was it you said last night? Last time I checked, there were barely any of us remaining in Snezhnaya. Since most of the water imps left, And I suppose it's also kind of a way for everyone else to get to know you a little better.
Good grief. Are you blushing? Pull yourself together, man. Stop giggling like a teenage boy. It's...
Hey, revolting is a little strong. All right, fine. I'll admit it. That water imp friend of mine, the truth is, we're dating. I was just the bodyguard hired by our family. But the stars must have aligned, because sparks began to fly between me and their daughter. Never in my wildest dreams did I think I'd get so lucky.
We don't need details.
Okay. I'm just a little hesitant to reveal her name, that's all. You know how it is, even with me to protect her. If word gets out that she's dating a human, both the Fae and human factions will give her a hard time.
Really? Wait, no. That can't be.
Huh? Shram, what the devil are you talking?
Why is everyone looking at me like that? Surely you can understand where I'm coming from.
Delicate times.
Yes? You know, the Civil War? Last time I checked, the Fae and the humans were still at each other's throats.
If I'm not mistaken, the last significant civil war in Snezhnaya in history was over 400 years ago, when Her Majesty the Tsaritsa had just taken the throne and was
What do you mean, 400 years ago?
What's going on here? Is Shram from the past?
All right, Mr. Mitya, you win this round. As far-fetched as it is, it appears that your theory may be correct.
I'm just as amazed as you are. I didn't even believe it myself, to be honest.
Is someone going to explain what's going on here?
From the look on your face, you figured it out too, haven't you, Traveler?
Anjir. Bingung ya?
That seems to be the case. Shram's the extra person, but there's Vodyanitsa's private letter touches upon the No. The truth...
Ini guys, investigasi report. Ini guys,
The theater's ley lines have been modified to block souls within its grounds from returning to them. Mr. Shram's statement proves he is from hundreds of years ago, and according to the investigation report on the theater hauntings, Mr. Shram is very likely a lost soul wandering the theater.
Dia udah apa sih guys? Anjing ya tuh emang.
For some unknown reason, the soul that has been wandering the theater due to the ley line issues has joined our group and blend. Yeah, that must be the immediate reason why the ticket count doesn't match the number of people present.
Pantas guys. Ada extra orang ada. It isn't that most likely refers to someone who died long ago ngasih.
The contents of the investigation report have been verified. There are indeed ley line issues and wandering souls in the theater. Death likely symbolizes the deceased. Death is near. That must mean that there's a dead person in our midst.
Yeah, the logic is clear now. The investigation report said that there would be souls stuck wandering around the theater because the ley lines were cut off. Mr. Shram must be one such soul who died in the theater a long time ago. So when the note said death is near, it must have been referring to death as in the deceased.
Someone who died a long time ago.
In short, there's a dead person among us. The extra person we've been searching for is a ghost from the past.
You mean I'm a ghost? No. Don't make jokes like that, my man. There must be some mistake. But even if I was dead, I know for a fact I didn't kill anyone these past 2 nights.
Yeah. Even if all that's true, the report also said the souls inside the theater can't affect reality, right? They're harmless.
Then what if the problem isn't the souls at all, but the ley lines themselves? The ley lines have a powerful ability to attract and devour souls. Let's say that the ley lines are like a black hole, constantly seeking to engulf souls. But the souls that don't want to return are trying to avoid being sucked.
Why does this analogy sound so familiar?
What happens when the black hole can't achieve its goal? I'm only speculating here, but what if it ended up swallowing innocent souls by mistake?
That could explain why we weren't able to determine a cause of death.
It does seem to explain a lot of the things we couldn't make sense of.
Except there's no concrete evidence. Mitya is relying on a lot of logical leaps. Still, it seems like the best
Alright, so how could Shram not know that he's dead? Seems a little unlikely that he hasn't noticed anything unusual even after several days interacting with us.
On the contrary, it's perfectly normal for a soul to wander the theater for centuries without questioning their existence or reason for being there.
You know what, Mr. Brainiac? I think you might actually be right after all. I'm trying to remember and... even though my head feels like it's going to explode, I think... I was the one who didn't want to remember my own death. So I forced myself to forget.
Well, I'm sure those are painful memories.
My lady and I snuck out to go on a date one day. We bought tickets for the theater. It wasn't really my thing, but I was just happy to be together. All of a sudden, a group of people burst into the theater, shouting for all the water imps to get out, performers and audience members included. It was clear the conflict between humans and Fae had reached a boiling point. This time, the extremists were even coming after the water imps who had nothing to do with the war. I thought I could pull one over on them. So I took off my jacket, draped it over my lady, and tried to sneak out amid the chaos. But I got caught. They started shouting, calling me a traitor to humanity. But I was going to do whatever it took to buy our chance to escape. No matter how many people stood in my way. I had to. Both as their bodyguard. And out of love.
It's all right, friend. You can stop there if you want. You don't need to dig all that up again.
It's just... even now, I'm still struggling to accept the truth. How could I be dead? I'm sorry. If I'd known I was a dead man walking, I wouldn't have dragged you down with me. If I'm the cause of all this death, then punish me however you see fit.
But, Mr.
No. I refuse to be a burden. I know what I have to do. You said I've been wandering the theater for centuries. I guess it's high time I got a breath of fresh air. Out there, I mean. I'll leave this place and take all this death with me. Go out on my own terms.
Mr. Shram, I'm sure we can figure out a different course of action.
My good sir, we both know I'm not supposed to be here. I should have accepted my death long ago. One way or another, this has to end. Unless you're saying this goes against another one of your military principles somehow.
No, I'm speaking on a personal level this time.
Let it go, man. Oh, wait. One last thing. Miss Waterimp. My lover. Her name was Litia. Litia Ozarova. Do you know what happened to her?
Ozarova.
Oh, Bibi.
Auntie Ozarova. That's what we all called her. I remember her as a very kind elder. She had a bunch of kids, too.
I'm so glad she survived. And she had lots of kids? Good. That's... good. I could hardly expect her to stay single just because of what happened to me, right? As long as she went on to be happy. That's all that matters. Besides, I'm dead. My soul's been wandering around here for so long because I was worried about her. But now, I can go without regret. There's no need to see me off, my friends. I've enjoyed our time together over these past few days. Perhaps we'll meet again in the next life.
Take care, my man.
I know Mr. Shram was already dead, but I still feel so sad.
Death is cruel, no matter how we might try to make sense of it.
So, was the conflict between Fae and humans really that bad back then? I was only little, so I don't remember much. Even the historical records about that time period don't say much about it. All people know is that the Tsaritsa founded the Fatui, drove out most of the Fae aristocracy without explanation.
It seems to me like the Tsaritsa chose to make herself the enemy. She downplayed the conflict, directing whatever animosity both sides had for each other at herself. And that's also why, despite how brutal the conflict was at the time, there hasn't been much lingering tension between humans and Fae since.
So, the Tsaritsa banished the Fae to protect the Fae living in the city?
Maybe it's not quite as bad as it sounds. I don't think Her Majesty is too concerned if mortals hate her or not. And besides, there are...
All this time?
All right. If Mitia's theory is correct, then I think we can consider this matter settled.
Apa yang terjadi?
Ugh, if only this blasted storm wasn't still raging.
Masih kah? Masih kah? Kita balik lagi buat rest. Nah, kita coba-coba ini ya, satu-satu ya.
I was actually planning on hiring him as my bodyguard after we got out of here, you know.
Dia mau disewa di bodyguardnya lah. Apa nih, mereka ngobrol?
Even though Shram was already deceased, his...
This is one of the few times I don't feel at all happy to have my...
Apakah itu work apa tidak, guys? Gitu ya.
Well, the information...
Udah cuma itu doang. Kita nggak bisa masuk ke ruangan. Kah? Guys. Gue mau cek-cek aja sih. Gak bisa guys. Gak bisa guys. Dan perasaan nggak ada ruangan di situ ya. Oke, nggak ada siapa-siapa. Gue mau ngecek doang sih guys. Di sini tuh perasaan nggak ada ruangan apa anjir. Kenapa cuy? Gue kira putih apa itu. Open your screen. Inventory itu. Gue sih bang ini. Mana itu guys? Ya beneran mati ya. Ya udah guys, mau gimana lagi? Ayo saya belum ya tadi. Apakah benar ya?
At least the lingering regret that kept him here has been put to rest.
Setidaknya ya. Apakah itu benar atau tidak nggak tahu gua guys. Bisa guys. Kita coba istirahat. Apakah sudah berakhir atau tidak? Kalau nggak berakhir gila guys. Jujur aja gitu guys. Tapi snowstormnya itu masih loh.
Looks like now we can just rest until the snowstorm stop. I still can't believe Shram turned out to be a ghost who'd been in the theater for hundreds of years.
Knock knock.
Huh?
Knock knock.
You know the door isn't closed, right?
Think of it as a signal then. When I'm entering someone else's room and I knock, I'm here as Odette. If I don't knock, it's Lelek. Thanks.
So, why did you come to find me? Is there something I can help with?
Vodyanitsa said you knew about my secret identity from the start, but when everyone was discussing who Lelek could be, you were worried that revealing what you knew would be unfair to me, so you kept it to yourself, right? Yes. I'm extremely grateful for that.
It's nothing. I mean, you didn't hold what happened with Senora against me, so I should thank you for that as well.
Actually, there's something else as well.
I found myself in a situation similar to the one you were in when you helped conceal my identity. So I thought I'd come and ask you for advice. It's about Mitya. Before all of this, the last time I saw him, he was dead. As I'm sure you know, my goal as Lelik was to stop Project Stuja. Well, when I found out the tech lead for the experiment behind Project Stuja was Mitya, I immediately started planning to track him down and threaten him to back out. I often saw him around the theater, but I soon concluded that making my move there would risk exposing my identity, so I decided to infiltrate the Armory Palace and go directly to his lab. That way, well, I suppose there was a bit of luck involved. But I am a Fatus, so I already had some familiarity with the build. But when I finally made it to his lab, Mitya seemed to be dead. I checked his breathing and his pulse. He had no vital signs whatsoever. I thought maybe another anti-Project Stuja activist had beaten me to it, and chosen a much more brutal method. So I made myself scarce.
That's why you were so on guard around Mitya that first night here.
Yes. When I saw him sitting in the audience during the performance, I could barely contain the shock. To me, it was a miracle. Somehow, he'd come back from the dead. But then, the murder started happening and things got so complicated that it wasn't really at the front of my mind. That is, until Mitya himself said there must be a dead person among us. Then, I couldn't ignore it any longer.
And yet, you thought that bringing it up right away would single Mitya out. Just like when everyone was suspecting Lelik.
Exactly. I thought there could be something I was missing. Besides, we soon figured out that Mr. Shram was a ghost. And we knew there was only one extra person. So we thought he had to be the one.
But now, it seems like there's another candidate. I understand why you kept it to yourself. There was so much information being thrown around during that discussion. Bringing up Mitya would have just introduced more confusion.
So, what do you...
Let me confirm one thing first. When was it that you found Mitya dead?
Around a week ago. Sometime in the afternoon.
A week ago? That's earlier than I thought. I saw him just a few days ago at a restaurant. That definitely would have been after you found him dead. He seemed completely normal to me. Chatting with Vodyanitsa, trying to avoid Valeri.
So he was definitely alive on that day. Huh. Well, all I can say is I know what I saw.
Here's a thought. The reason we even suspected a dead person could be among us was because of the problem with the theater's ley lines. But Mitya's death happened inside the Armory Palace. The ley lines affecting the theater shouldn't reach that far.
You're right. I guess he doesn't fit the profile of the person we were searching for.
I think the chances of it being him are very low. Surely he can't have died for real in the Armory Palace. Unless...
Unless what?
Unless he really did come back from the dead.
You're right. Do you think we need to disclose this to the other?
Huh, what's this? A private meet and greet? Where do I line up?
That's not what's going on here.
Well, I was just making the rounds. Thought I'd try to lighten the mood a bit. Vodyanitsa's handing out food if you're hungry.
Oke, wait. Gue serius. WC enak banget guys. Ntar gue mau ngecek dulu suatu ini ya, suatu keanehan guys. Masa dia bangkit dari kubur aja? No way kali ya. No way sih harusnya guys, no way guys. Buat kita lihat ya, kayak terjadi sekarang.
What is going on with this storm? Could it be connected to that monster that just arrived in Snezhnaya?
I almost hope it is. Her Majesty the Tsaritsa left to vanquish that beast herself.
Do you think people still feel the cold after they die?
Death itself is cold, isn't it? I'm sure the storm will embrace him.
Well, I hope he has a safe journey. I'm going to miss him, I think. It's not like we can blame him for Rampana and Kulish's death. Thinking back on it, we barely made it out alive. Once we get out of here, how are we going to explain what happened to their family?
Are you okay? Here, take this. I've never used it.
Look who's Mr. Nice Guy all of a sudden. Is it because Tonya stood up for you this morning?
Yeah, without Tonya, who knows how badly he would have been hurt.
I told you already, I never intended to resort to violence.
Little girl? I was rather surprised when you spoke up for me this morning.
Oh, no need to thank.
I've been too embarrassed to admit it, but you remind me a lot of my daughter. So kind to everyone, but never lets her old man off the hook. Especially when she was little. All right, easy now. How long have you had that cough, Tone?
I don't know. It's probably been a while.
Are you taking anything for it?
Yeah. I'll be fine once I see my brother. He's gonna pick some frost fairy flower leaves and brew a tonic for me.
I see. That's good to...
We should probably discuss arrangements for tonight. However, out of an abundance of caution, I'll keep watch.
Shouldn't we take shifts?
No need. I managed to get a nap in earlier, so I have plenty of energy right now. After all the tension of the past few days, everyone else should just focus on getting a good night's sleep.
What a long day. This whole situation turned out to be way more complicated than I expected. But Valeri's right. I should just try to calm down and get some rest. The last thing I want is to give myself nightmare.
Mimpi lagi anjing sebelum beres. Fuck lah. Fuck man.
He's awake. He's awake! Get over here, you big lug, and take a look.
If you must call me something, call me Mr. Door. The Black Mist is coming. You need to go.
Are you all right? Can you walk? We just got attacked by monsters on our way up. That Mr. Door fellow, he just seemed to come out of nowhere. Not much of a talker, but when it comes to taking down monsters... Curses! The Black Mist is catching up to us. Mr. Door, I don't believe I've ever seen you around here before. Why is that?
There's no need to try to get to know me. I'm just Mr. Door. I have to find the door that belongs...
Looking for trouble? Quick, get rid of them!
I can just push these ones off.
Oh. Well, anyway, we're lucky to have you here. Thanks for saving us earlier.
No need to thank me. This is where my duty lies.
Mati nggak sih deh? Mati kan orangnya. Lain pintunya tiba-tiba nutup lagi guys. Belum beres anjing. Masih belum beres guys, masih ada misteri lain loh ya.
So we're doing this the hard way.
Get ready to taste my fist.
Apa sih kayaknya nggak beres-beres nih story.
You win this, and take. You asked for it.
Valerinya mana anjing? Valerinya mana guys?
Remarkable work, Mr. Door. If I had your muscles, I'd do the same.
Gila, masih lama juga, ini masih belum beres guys. Gak ada apa-apa di sini guys. Ini kesamaannya
none of these doors the one you're looking for?
Mana nih?
No.
Bukan guys.
Fighting frog! Come in closer. Impossible. By my command.
How about...
Kerayo lawan kerayo.
How could this be?
Kerayo lawan kerayo gimana ceritanya guys? Tapi kerasa anjing kerayonya.
I'm so exhausted. And the black mist is still rising. Wait, look! There's more monsters down there. Are they coming from within the black mist? No, no! They're gaining on us. Quick, keep going.
Tapi dia ngecapean gitu, nggak pasrah gitu lah si Chugunov ini guys.
Mr. Door, what are you doing? We
found it. This is my...
What?
I am a door. This is where my duty lies.
No! You saved us. We can't leave you...
You must keep going. A door can only keep things out for so long. You must make haste.
But...
Dia selamat guys.
You're right.
Dia selamat guys.
The black mist isn't moving anymore. Looks like both the monsters and Mr. Door are gone. I didn't just imagine all that, did I? Surely I wasn't so scared out of my mind that I hallucinated a door as a human being. Oh, okay, good. Getting sleepy? Well, looks like we're safe for now. Go ahead. Let's get some rest.
Ini masih ada jur. Masa Mr. Door mati guys? Masa si Valerie mati guys? Kan no way ya. Kita lihat guys. Mereka baik-baik saja.
What time is it? I guess everyone's still asleep? These past 2 days have been exhausting. Valerie?
Kita lihat guys, Valerie guys. Valerie guys. Langsung Valerie guys. Apakah dia baik-baik saja guys? Belum beres anjing. Belum beres. No.
Wake up!
No. Ini Valerie mati guys.
Just like the last 2 nights. No clear cause of death. I've been a real thorn in your side, haven't I, Mr. Valeri? But for me, life will be all the duller for not having to run away from you, my friend.
How's Tone? I just checked on her, and it doesn't seem like anything serious. She's just exhausted from the past couple of days. That means
if Valeri was awake and keeping watch, it would have been impossible to kill him without waking everyone else.
This is so frustrating. Why has nothing changed since yesterday?
Actually, one thing has changed. There's only one victim this time, not 2.
Can a death at night? No similar cases have ever been... After the deceased Shram left, there was one less victim last night. That more or less tracks. It's a reasonable conclusion, considering the only variable that changed. The number of people who die each night is equivalent to the number of dead among us. That's your theory, right?
Exactly. We identified Mr. Shram, and the night after he left, the death toll dropped from 2 to 1. By that logic, there must be one more dead person left among us.
Another one? But there was only one person unaccounted for in the ticket checks, right?
Having an extra person was definitely a cause for alarm, but being one person short isn't nearly as unusual.
One more dead person among us. If Mitya's theory is right, then what Odette told me seems a lot more relevant. It's just, at the time, We had no reason to think there was more than one dead person. If only we'd taken it more seriously as a possibility.
I'm sorry. This is my fault. I had information that could have been helpful, but I held back. I should have brought it up right away.
I'm partly to blame as well. I was too quick to dismiss Odette's concerns.
What is this about? What have you two been getting up to behind my back?
Sounds like there's some big news you've been keeping from the rest of us.
Amin lah. Wah, guys, akhirnya sampein juga ya si Mita.
I'm the dead person? Wow. That's certainly news to me.
Odette and I talked about it yesterday, but we thought it just wasn't possible, so we left it at that.
Yeah, I don't blame you. If I'd been there, I probably would have reached the same conclusion. It just sounds too unbelievable. Let me just try and verify this. I just scoured my memories trying to think back to the afternoon Miss Odette mentioned. But I honestly have no recollection of dying. That's where I'm different than Mr. Schramm.
Having seen Mr. Mitya a few days ago myself, I also find it hard to believe he could be the other dead person among us.
Well, if it isn't Mitya, then who? Do we vote on it?
If you don't mind me asking, Traveler, I believe you mentioned that you know Tonya's brother. Had you ever met her before all?
No, never. Wait, are you—
Now just 1 minute. I know where this is going. You can't just randomly point a finger at anyone you want. You're in the hot seat, and all of a sudden you want to divert our suspicions onto—
Trying to pick a fight, Mr. Chuganov? Whenever you open your mouth, all you do is attack people, and I've had enough of it. If you don't want to engage in a civil discussion, you can shut up.
You little brat!
Did Mitya ask about Tonya because he suspects her? I suppose I only identified her by age, and nothing else. Could that mean—
I'm just saying, you're going around casting suspicion on people for no reason. How could Tonya be dead? I can vouch for her if nothing else. I've seen her before. She's the sister of that Harbinger, isn't she? The one called Child.
Oh, really?
Since being here, I don't think I ever mentioned she was Child's sister specifically. Does Chuganov actually—
If Chuganov can vouch for her, then it can't be Tonya either. In which case, it seems unlikely that there's another dead person among us at all. Miss Odette, could you go over that afternoon with me one more time, when you found me dead?
No problem.
Terus berjalan guys, cepat loh guys. Sebelum tidur lagi anjing mati lagi satu-satu.
No matter how hard I try, I just can't remember anything about dying.
Harusnya bisa.
But I do remember something else. Miss Vojanitsa, during our last meal together, I told you how some of the researchers were suffering from temporary memory loss. Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah. You said it was hindering the progress of your experiment.
Right. And even though I don't remember dying that day, some of my memories from that afternoon are missing.
Are you suggesting you're missing the—
Of course. How am I only just realizing this? Humans aren't necessarily aware of their own death.
You mean being silently assassinated, or dying in your sleep? Situations like that?
The researcher's amnesia. Suddenly it all makes sense. I must thank you, Odette. I think your perspective just helped me reach a breakthrough on a series of issues that have been troubling me for quite some time.
Oh, leave! Hey, wait a minute! Aren't you rushing into this? What if you're wrong? You'll pay with your life!
Come on, kid. Aren't you gonna fight for your life? This seems like a rash decision.
I have other reasons beyond what's been discussed. In fact, thinking back, I remember during Miss Odette's performance, while I was sitting in the audience stalls, a brilliant new idea for my research popped into my mind. But then, my train of thought suddenly cut off. I can't remember it now at all, and I didn't take any notes. I guess that must be another instance of temporary amnesia.
No. Hold on. I see where you're going with this. You're suggesting that each instance of temporary amnesia is a death, right? There's a glaringly obvious flaw in that idea, no?
I believe Miss Odette's account. During the period where my memory is blank, I must have been either dead or in a similar state. All it would take is for the same thing to happen in the theater, and I would come under the effect of the ley lines in this vicinity. There's no evidence to suggest that anyone other than me is a candidate for the deceased. Please relax, everyone. I don't think things are as bad as they may seem. If, on the other hand, I'm still alive right now, well, apparently you've all witnessed my resurrection recently anyway.
Mitya's right. This is the only thing we can try right now. I think he's deliberately downplaying the gravity of the situation, though. He probably doesn't want to burden everyone.
What is a scientist if not someone who gambles on experiment after experiment in an attempt to obtain the truth? With this snowstorm, the ley line phenomenon, ghosts of the dead, and my amnesia, we've been paralyzed by not knowing and powerless to do anything about it. It's a terrible feeling. But if I do get resurrected, you can be sure that I'll come back with the truth of all this. Just you wait.
Beneran live loh. Kita lihat guys. Apakah beres? Masih kah? Okay.
Poor Mr. Mitya. Maybe it's a good thing that you weren't there to see.
I hate goodbyes. Why does it feel like everyone around me is slowly disappearing?
Maybe it's the realization that, come to think of it, the main reason we're still alive right now is pure luck. You could take it a step further and say that the same is true outside too. If I make it out of here, I'm going to cherish every moment that I'm awake.
Without regrets, I feel like a strange sense of anxiety has been quietly growing inside me over the last 2 days.
Are you okay? If something's bugging you, let's talk about it. There's only a few of us left here now. After everything we've been through, what's the point in keeping things bottled up?
I have a travel companion named Paimon. Alosha and Odette have met her before. She's been feeling unwell recently.
You're worried about her, aren't you?
To be honest, I used to feel like I was just a spectator in this world, watching everything that happens from the sidelines. Maybe it's because I'm a descender. But with Paimon by my side, over time, I slowly felt my connection to this world growing stronger. She loves eating, sleeping, and having fun, but she's also a great guide. Over the last few days that we've been apart, I've often caught myself wondering, what would Paimon say if she were here right now?
Sayang banget ya.
But by the time I snap out of it, the conversation has already moved on, and I'm still in my own little world. I'm trying to overcome this sense of detachment, but I really miss Paimon.
I bet she misses you when you're not there as well.
I don't know if this will make you feel any better, but back when the water imps left Snezhnaya in droves, I could be surrounded by people all smiling and having fun, and still feel completely separate from it. Later on, I started to think, maybe accepting the fact that our loved ones won't always be with us is something that takes a lifetime. All we can do is cherish their companionship from moment to moment. So, once we get out of here, you better hurry back to our side as fast as you can.
Thank you. That's exactly what I needed to hear.
But Vodyanitsa, if you hate goodbyes too, why didn't you leave with your people?
That's just the choice I made. I used to regret it, but I don't anymore. Like I said before, singing is a water imp's primary mode of expression. Our songs have echoed through this theater for hundreds of years. Each one a story pieced together through moments of joy and sorrow. But does a story exist without someone to read it? To me, the answer is no. So I made the choice to stay. That way, there would still be someone left to sing these songs and listen to their stories.
Could you teach me how to understand your people's songs sometime?
A fan after my own heart. Thank you, Tonya.
Okay.
Beres anjing.
never heard that one before. I feel like...
Color me impressed. Most people can only tell if a song is happy or sad. I've actually never performed this song in the theater before, because it has more of a ceremonial purpose for our people. It means something like, may those we have lost watch over us, and follow this song back home in the night. So that...
No wonder I could hear that sense of longing.
It's getting late, Tonya, and you're not well. We should all turn in early.
Okay, but, before I go to bed, could you sing that song a couple more times for me? But
of course.
Dia nyanyi guys, kita biarin aja. Sabar aja guys. Nyanyian apa lagi tuh, Cok? Tapi oke lah, Snezhnaya ini guys. Tidur sampai tidur loh guys.
Once I get out of here, I definitely don't plan on ever coming back. But I guess that means I'll never get to hear Vodyanitsa sing again. That's a sad thought. Before I fall asleep, I should cherish this moment of companionship while it lasts.
Tidur lah ya, tidur. Tidurlah, anjing, masih ada yang mati, aduh, anjing, itu yang mati, kita masih ada orang lain.
Where am I? It's so dark in here, and I feel kind of dizzy.
Jadi beda guys.
Am I alone? Huh?
Siapa
What
nih,
was that noise?
Siapa itu guys? Cewek loh guys. Apakah itu si Tony yang itu? Kaget gue.
Return, O spirits. Fulfill your oath of protection.
Si Ain berani banget.
No time for questions. Quick, over here. Turn on the switch. We need to bring back the light.
Ini jadi beda tapi guys, jadi beda tempat loh. Mending ada ya.
Alright, we're safe. The spirit just now is called Night Prayer. The light subdues her, but she'll attack without a second thought in the dark. Sort of. I know it's hard, but you can't let this place go dark, or she'll kill... Yep. Luckily, I was here to...
A bit more than a bummer, I'd say.
Sure I do. I specialize in soul recall.
Thanks.
Alright, there's no time to waste. The black mist is already catching up. We need to avoid it. We need to reach the next switch before the place gets too dark. If we bring the light back, Night Prayer won't be able to get to us. Sweet, sweet light! It's back! Now that's a sight. Shh! It's Night Prayer. We need to move quick, but don't let her notice you.
Gimana guys? Gimana guys? Kita naik. Lah, gimana caranya anjing? Wait. Gimana caranya gua naik? Buset. Ah. Tetap. Oke tuh. Oh, boleh harus sneaky peeky gitu guys. Harus latih. Cepet guys. Oke, aman ya. Oke, aman adik-adik semua guys. Gak khawatir guys. Oke, kita jadi anjing sama aja nggak sih, ini kayak tangga yang tadi coy. Tonya anjir selama ini nyata guys.
The next switch is over there.
Fuck. Anjir. Nah, lihat gimana caranya coy. Fuck guys. Kereta anjing. Kereta guys, what the fuck guys. kereta lain gitu. Apa tuh? Kereta apa? Itu bisa tuh ya. Masih. Kemana masih?
No, Night Prayer is here too. This can't be the only path. Let's head up. Return, oh spirits. Fulfill your oath of protection.
Oh my god. Aneh anjir baca. Apa sih?
It's too dark. We're not gonna make it. Come on, fast.
Shit, man.
Traveler.
Mati lagi.
I won't let you die like this.
Dia hidupin lagi kita.
Even though it's not permanent, dying is definitely not a pleasant experience.
Great.
Yeah,
Time for you to get out of here.
What about you?
I can't. I've already been used up. A guardian spirit's skills are finite. I might not look any. I can go no further.
Why didn't you tell me?
Because it wouldn't have.
But.
Anjir, Tony ya guys.
Now.
Tidak guys. Oh my god, masih belum beres guys. Mati anjing, Vodianitsa juga guys.
Well, I guess there's no need to inspect the body.
This wasn't supposed to happen. You lied to us, didn't you, Chugan?
Take a long, hard look at yourself. I suspected you on day one, Lelik, and you, little hunter.
Now you're just lashing out indiscriminately. Where was all this passion and bravado before?
Is that a threat?
After all the trauma of the past few days, Valeria and Mitya aren't here anymore. Someone else. But first, I need to think this through. Of those who remain, the only person we've never met before is Tonya.
Itu dia.
People are easily misled by first impressions. Now that I think about it, Child's sister was in fact a label I imposed on her due to my own assumptions. But Mr. Chuganov vouched for Tonya's identity yesterday.
Kayak gitu, guys. Belum tentu kan, guys.
Tonya, how's Tusser been lately? Your brother Ajax must have mentioned me in his letters home, right?
No. And my brother's name is Razik, not Ajax.
Oh. Chuganov, looks like it's your turn to do some explaining. Yesterday, you said you could vouch for Tonya. Why did you give us a false testimony?
I knew you were behind this, Chuganov. Everything about you is fake. Down to the wife and daughter you're always talking about. That night, when I infiltrated your place as Lelik, I noticed you were home alone. But thinking back on it now, that doesn't seem very likely. My guess is, you live alone, don't you?
Even that was a lie? But why would he lie about having a family?
Curses! Oh, why is there no end to this blasted snowstorm? If it would just stop!
I think I remember now. I know how I ended up here. It feels like a distant memory. The reason I'm always coughing is because I got sick with frostbite. It's not a very common illness. It's partly genetic and partly caused by the cold climate. After a while, I felt myself growing weaker and weaker. So one day, I told my brother that I wanted him to take me outside for once. so things could be like they used to, just for one day. He agreed. We got to the theater, bought tickets, and went inside. It was all so exciting. I remember the show very clearly.
Oh.
When I woke up, I couldn't find my brother anywhere. But there's no way he'd leave me behind. So I decided to stay here and wait for him.
Tonya.
Yeah, I know. I understand now. After all of that, it turns out I can't blame my brother after all. I'm sorry, everyone. I realized this much too late.
Your name probably isn't even Tonya, is it?
Well, when I was little, my brother and I read a storybook. When we escaped from the hospital, our family in the hospital. So when you first approached me and said, I thought he must have chosen a fake name that only the two of us would know.
At least your memory of death isn't painful. Now it's your turn, Chuganov.
You're right. I was lying. I happen to know that the Harbinger child and his sister Tonya managed to get tickets, so... And the truth of the matter is, I lost them a long time ago. My daughter's name was Iskra. And before you ask, yes, she also died from the snow cough. After Iskra passed, my wife couldn't bear to face those memories either. So she chose to start a new life. One day when I came home from work and saw the empty room, I felt like I couldn't breathe. I soon discovered that this was the only thing that made me feel any better.
Nothing more than a pathetic means of escapism, I know. So explain your false
The night before last, when I was chatting with Tonya, she mentioned that her brother would brew medicine for her from frost. Combined with her various symptoms, I suddenly understood everything. The snow cough used to be an incurable illness, but the year after my daughter passed away, the jester of the Fatui announced that a cure for frost blight. It turned out that was the final straw for me. I just couldn't take it anymore. Just one more year. One more... So, more than anyone, I know full well that in this day and age, no one in their right mind would still be using frost flower leaves to... Poor Miss Tonya, therefore, had to have been from an era when snow cough was still a terminal illness.
So, you projected your daughter onto her? Even though you knew she was one of the dead?
That doesn't make any sense. You knew she was already dead.
I just don't believe in your crackpot theories. How can you just declare a living person dead and throw them out into that snowstorm? Mitya's gone. My good buddy Shram's gone. And now it's Tonya's turn, isn't the others I can make my peace with. But little Miss Tonya, here she is, standing right in front of us, alive and breathing, and fighting her own battles. I just want her to live. Once this snowstorm is over, the very moment it stops, I'll be damned if I'm gonna let you cast her out into the snowstorm before I have the chance to cure her. Not again. Not this time. Not when the cure is right within our grasp.
Mr. Chuganov, stop. I can't let you do that. By the sounds of it, you've known I was dead since the night before. I really liked Mr. Valeri, Mr. Mitya, and Miss Vodyanitsa. And now they're all dead. I'm not happy about that. The reality is, you've been trying to fight your own demons through me.
No! Listen to me. I want to save you.
Well, at this point, I'm quite sure that I'm dead. I don't need to be saved, despite all the bad things that kept happening. I got to meet so many interesting people since the day I escaped that hospital until now. This has been an adventure I never even dared to... I'm very fond of you all. And that's why I'm not fond of you at all, Mr. Chuganov. It's them that you owe an apology to, sir. Not... Well then, I suppose this is it. It's time for my adventure to end. I've caused enough trouble.
You're leaving already? It's still early. Don't you want to stay a little longer?
No, thank you. Oh, and by the way, my name is Patoshka. It was nice meeting you all.
Feels strange that we're only being properly introduced now that it's time to say goodbye.
Patoshka?
What are you doing, Chuganov? Are you crazy?
Let me leave. I can't keep lying to myself anymore.
In your dreams. Don't think you're getting off that easy when you had a hand in the deaths of so many people. The Fatui have honed quite an array of enhanced interrogation techniques since they were founded.
Belum, beres kah? Gila, guys.
I think we should leave. I doubt this snowstorm is ever going to stop. For all we know, this storm might have destroyed all of Snezhnaya by now.
Wait, we finally solved the mystery of the haunted theater today.
Fair enough. I don't particularly feel like dying in Chuganov's company.
And yet you won't let me die for—
Hey, Chuganov, on a serious note, if we do make it out of here, you should close down that factory of yours. A lot of people are freezing thanks to you.
Is this really the time to be discussing my— All right, fine. I'll shut it down. Doesn't matter to me anymore.
Am I hearing things? Or was that a knock at the door? There it is again. But I don't understand. The snow's—
Should we open the door?
Is this it? If the last few days are anything to go by, whatever lies beyond that door at this moment.
Udah semua mati, guys. Halo, habisin dulu yang udah mati anjing. Kita coba ya, lihat open the door. Kita open the door-nya, guys. Let's go. Let's check it, guys. Ya udah nggak sih kalau mati ya anjing. Nanti sekalian, guys. Ngit ya. Kok dia gitu nih?
Hey everyone, I'm back.
How are you doing? Feeling any better?
Much better, thanks. Whew, it is so good to have you guys here. Let me see. Tonya and Vodyanitsa are missing, which means Vodyanitsa died last night. And then you discovered that Tonya was the other dead person.
Not Tonya.
First, tell us how you made it back here.
You're right. The thing that got me back safely was a song. I heard someone singing. After walking into the snowstorm, my mind grew hazy. I don't know how long I walked through the storm before my mind completely slipped away. Then, suddenly, I heard the sound of singing. The voice instantly brought me back to my senses, and I regained consciousness. So I followed the voice, searching for the source of the singing. I searched and searched, until finally, just a few moments ago, there was the entrance to the theater, right in front of me.
I've actually never performed this song in the theater before. It means something like, "May those we have lost watch over us, and follow this song back home in the night."
That must have been Vodyanitsa's Requiem.
That song is meant to guide the souls of the dead.
Huh. No kidding. Huh? When I first stepped out of the theater, I was still quite lucid. I remember the outside world being completely different than what I'd expected. I don't know how else to describe it, except to say that, and as for the Requiem, if I was guided here by Vodyanitsa's song, but I didn't experience a clear moment of death while I was out there.
You don't seem any different to me either. Both Shram and Patoshka were clearly deceased, and yet their souls didn't look or feel like ghosts at all.
This raises a truly terrible thought. Mitya said the outside is A world where only...
Gak bisa ya, bisa balik. Ini.
Dreams can't Mitya's soul was summoned back by the Requiem, confirming that he's, of course. If even the long-deceased like Mr. Shram can blend in, then maybe we've all been dead from the very start.
Gila, udah mati semua. The hell? Ini mati semua, guys.
Yes. I think that this is probably the afterlife.
What did you say?
Ya mati kita semua, guys.
You heard me. We died in the theater. All of us did. But due to an obstruction in the theater's ley lines, our souls are trapped here. It's ironic, really. All that time, we were working so hard to figure out who the deceased among us were. Do you remember that note, "Death is near"? Death was nearer than we wanted to think all along.
So all our attempts to survive...
Hard to say. At the very least, we hoped 2 lost souls find clarity and go to where the presence of those 2 is probably what caused our souls to be drawn in by the ley lines.
If what you're saying is true... no wonder. This afternoon, when I was moving Vodyanitsa's body, I noticed that the other bodies in the room hadn't decayed.
That's further proof that those aren't physical bodies at all.
Am I... really? No, that's impossible.
I still find it hard to believe that all of us are dead. How exactly did we die in the real world?
Not even knowing how we died is preposterous. Good grief. Sure.
Exactly. It's hard to rest in peace when you don't even know how you died. It gave me lots... I racked my brains trying to remember the cause of my death. The exact moment I died. Wait. Hold on. Right before I lost consciousness, I think I saw... I can't remember.
Mitya, your hand. Is that blood on your fingers?
Huh? You're right. There's blood on the fingertips of my right hand. Looks like it's already dried. When did that happen? What the... I guess... this was what I saw. What's wrong? Do you recognize the symbol?
It's... Renova. The ruler of death.
Huh?
Alosha, do you still remember that Snezhnayan folktale you told me about? It was about the Grim Reaper. When someone's about to die, he appears as an incarnation of someone familiar to guide their soul into the afterlife. And as soon as you recognize his face, your life...
I heard a similar tale when I was little.
That's right. In which case, death is near could also mean that the Grim Reaper...
When I first saw this note, I thought it contradicted the investigation report.
So the Grim Reaper deliberately misled us.
By that logic, the one person...
Ini guys, salah guys. Si Gunop sih ngomong.
Identifying the Grim Reaper is a
Siapa anjir? Kayaknya ini guys.
Identifying the Grim...
Apa anjir siapa guys?
Identifying the Grim...
Aliosa. Oke guys, nanti ya. Si nanti guys. Plot twist lebih banyak guys. Terus ya, mau break dulu guys. Izin break guys. Biar penasaran iklan dulu guys. Iklan dulu guys. Iklan dulu guys. Sorry guys. Iklan dulu guys.
والآخرة. اللهم إني أسألك العفو والعافية في ديني ودنياي وأهلي ومالي. اللهم استر عوراتي وآمن روعاتي. اللهم احفظني من بين يدي ومن خلفي وعن يميني وعن شمالي ومن فوقي. وأعوذ بعظمتك أن أغتال من تحتي. Ya Allah, sesungguhnya aku mohon ampunan dan keselamatan di dunia dan di akhirat. Ya Allah, sesungguhnya aku memohon kebajikan dan keselamatan dalam agama, dunia, keluarga, dan hartaku. Ya Allah, tutupilah auratku, aib, dan sesuatu yang tidak layak dilihat orang, dan tentramkanlah aku dari rasa takut. Ya Allah, peliharalah aku dari depan, belakang, kanan, kiri, dan dari atasku. Aku berlindung dengan kebesaranmu, agar aku tidak disambar dari bawahku. Aku berlindung dari dibenamkan ke dalam bumi. Dibaca 1 kali. Allahumma ahlimul ghaibi wa syahid. Fatir as-samawati wal ard. Rabb kulli syai'in wa malika. Asyhadu an la ilaha illa anta. أعوذ بك من شر نفسي ومن شر الشيطان وفتنه وأن أقترف على نفسي سوءا أو أجره إلى مسلم. Ya Allah, yang maha mengetahui sesuatu yang gaib dan yang nyata. Wahai Rob, pencipta langit dan bumi, Rob segala sesuatu dan yang merajainya. Aku bersaksi bahwa tidak ada ilah yang berhak diibadahi kecuali Engkau. Aku berlindung kepadamu dari kejahatan diriku, kejahatan syaitan, dan ajakannya menyekutukan Allah. Dan aku berlindung kepadamu dari berbuat kejelekan atas diriku atau mendorong seorang muslim kepadanya. Dibaca 1 kali. Bismillahilladzi la yadurru ma'a ismihi syai'un fil ardi wa la fis sama' wa huwas sami'ul 'alim. بسم الله الذي لا يضر مع اسمه شيء في الأرض ولا في السماء وهو السميع العليم. بسم الله الذي لا يضر مع اسمه شيء في الأرض ولا في السماء وهو السميع العليم. Dengan menyebut nama Allah, yang dengan namanya tidak ada sesuatu pun yang dapat membahayakan, baik yang di bumi maupun di langit. Dialah yang maha mendengar dan maha mengetahui. Baca 3 kali. Raditu billahi rabban wa bil islam dinan wa bi Muhammadin sallallahu alaihi wasallam nabiyya. Raditu billahi rabban wa bil islam dinan wa bi Muhammadin sallallahu alaihi wasallam nabiyya. Raditu billahi rabban وبالإسلام دينا وبمحمد صلى الله عليه وسلم.
Terus balik lagi, wait ya. Langsung aja. Ada sepertinya Aliusa ya. Seleksi beneran ya? Tapi emang
no doubt about it. It's looking back at how everyone has acted over the past few days. Alosha is most likely the Grim Reaper lurking among us.
Paling aneh soalnya. Kita coba lihat, guys.
Is it you, Alosha? You were the first to discover the investigation report, and you had plenty of time to slip the note inside to mislead us.
So? Surely you can't suspect me based on that alone. What if someone else found the investigation report first?
There's no denying it. The note could easily have been slipped in much earlier than it was discovered.
That's not all. I've also noticed that although on the surface, Valeri, Mitya, and sometimes I were the ones taking charge of the situation. Looking back now, even though you didn't say much, you were always subtly guiding everyone from the sidelines.
What do you mean?
You were the one who emphasized how dangerous it was outside and insisted we all stay here. It was also you who suggested that we all sleep in the same place. And earlier today, you tried to convince Patashka to stay. I don't understand why, but it was out of character.
So, you didn't understand my intentions, and now you're assuming the worst.
He still won't admit it. Fine. Let's see how he responds to the most damning evidence of all.
The biggest question I have right now is, if the Grim Reaper is impersonating Alosha, then where's the real Alosha?
Gitu guys. Emang ada nih. Discover the. Ini nggak sih the first night we spent? Oh bukan guys.
No, nothing related to Alosha happened that night.
Oh bisa.
That's right. This was the moment, right at the start. Before any victims had even emerged, Alosha was switched with the ruler of death while everyone's guard was still down.
Guys, kita dapat jawabannya. Ternyata guys, Alius so ini.
When all this began, right after the performance ended and the snowstorm began to pick up, no one suspected anything unusual. We just assumed we were snowed in. It wasn't until we discovered the bodies the morning after that we realized something out of the ordinary was going on. But it's clear now that the oddities actually started earlier than that.
Right. So Mr. Dimov was the first victim.
And if we pinpoint that moment as the beginning of this incident, then one thing becomes clear. Alosha, you are the only person who walked into the snowstorm and came back without the help of Vodyanitsa's Requiem.
More precisely, Alosha never came back at all. The one who came back was the Grim Reaper.
Not bad. Well, since you've backed me into a corner, I suppose there's no point in keeping up the act anymore.
Alosha?
You're the Grim Reaper?
I am no such tired cliché. Mortals should address me as the ruler of death. Before being wiped out for good, you identified the two deceased, and even sensed my presence. A commendable achievement. Far beyond what I expected.
I heard you can ferry souls. Those deaths each night. Were they your doing?
Your initial conclusion was correct. Due to the existence of the two deceased, the ley lines yearned to reclaim those long-lost souls. Every night, they devoured an equal number of souls to fill the void. This required no intervention from me. Though, of course, ferrying souls is indeed my authority. Here, take a look.
What are you doing?
Apa?
That takes care of
Nggak tahu,
today's
udah kan.
too. Don't get so worked up. You are already dead, and your souls must return to the ley lines.
I know we're already dead.
Murdered? No.
Apa?
Murder is when mortals usurp my authority.
Enggak kayaknya.
Death is my jurisdiction. If I require someone to die, I need not resort to such laborious methods as murder. You simply met the criteria to trigger my curse of death.
I know about the curse of immortality. So there's another death-related curse? You cursed us? When? And why would you do such a thing?
So often, humans pray to me, begging to know when their death will come, and what form it will take. But few people ask why. If you must have an answer, know that death comes simply because one's time has come.
So you're not gonna tell us the truth?
Hold your tongue. By all rights, you shouldn't even be allowed to speak with me. Those angels from the past are to blame for the reckless renovation of the ley lines here.
Work? So trapping us here, making us watch our friends die, that's just another day at work for you?
You clearly have a lot of questions. Fine. As a reward for your remarkable accomplishments over the past few days, I shall answer a few of your inquiries, provided they aren't too unreasonable. After the physical body dies, the soul must return to the ley lines for that person's death to be considered complete. My work encompasses the entire process of death, including, naturally, the guiding of souls into the ley lines. You must also be rather familiar with Natlan's Night Kingdom, I presume? It was I who supported the creation of the Night Kingdom. It provided a convenient means of guiding the souls of Natlan. Here, too, the ley lines connected to the theater underwent some modifications. The angels hoped to make them capable of accommodating the souls of some special creations. But this actually hindered their ability to accept ordinary souls to some degree. This effect manifested itself after you died from the curse in the theater, leaving you stranded in the afterlife, unable to achieve a complete death. But if souls who die from the curse of death fail to return to the ley lines within a short window of time, they will miss their chance for good. Then, they will remain forever suspended between life and death, no longer subject to the authorities of either.
So if you don't resolve this matter soon, and see all our souls return to the ley lines before long, we'll escape your control.
Mitya sharp. This must be what Renova was worried might happen, and the reason she got involved to begin with. But if you have the authority to guide souls, why didn't you just show yourself and get it over with? Why hide among us in the form of Alosha?
You seek to understand the mind of a god. Very well. I'll tell you. This is a theater, and I decided I wanted to watch a show about death. That's why I encouraged you to take the events to the stage. I found myself getting quite immersed. I suppose the entertainment you provided makes up for all the trouble you've caused me by being so defiant in the face of death. There. Are you happy with my answer?
Can't say I am.
Really? But it fits the stereotypes you humans have about gods.
Just moments ago, you were complaining about how infuriatingly complicated your work here has been. Work is work, I get it. There are times when it's a huge pain, but you just have to get it done.
That's a rather unique perspective for a human. You are in fact correct. There is a pain point in this. Due to the obstruction in the theater's ley lines, there is a hard limit on the number of souls they can receive each day, making it impossible for me to ferry all your souls at once. Revealing my identity too soon would inevitably have led to futile resistance, and there was a risk that any souls who chose to run would disappear. Then there was the issue of the 2 lost souls you called the deceased. The way you resolved that quandary was all part of my design.
That's what I don't understand. If all of us were souls of the dead, what made their presence among us special?
For centuries, they have refused to return to the ley lines, exploiting the issues created by the angel civilization to resist being drawn in. Centuries of obsession accumulated during this process. You may think of this obsession as the resentment of the dead, and in this quantity, it was a bomb that could have detonated at any moment. It reached the point where I could not afford to leave it unchecked. But the only way to fix it was to help them acknowledge their own deaths, make peace with their regrets, and willingly walk into the snowstorm. Only then, with my guidance, could they finally return to the ley lines. Otherwise, you would not like to know what the consequences would have been.
I vaguely remember seeing Batashka, but in the most terrifying form. Was that in a dream? Is that what would have become of her if she hadn't returned to the ley lines?
I see your dreams brought you many revelations. So you see, death in fact grants wisdom to mortals. Souls connect to all things in the world and see the chain of cause and effect between them. It's nothing unusual. Anyway, giving psychological counseling to lost souls is not my strong suit. That is more of an angel's role. Meanwhile, of course, their presence caused the souls of other members of your party to return to the ley lines each night, as both issues slowly resolved one another without me having to lift a finger. All I had to do was stay close by and keep the situation under control. And, of course, while I was at it, I thoroughly enjoyed watching this drama, dealing with death from a mortal perspective.
Sounds like you had it all figured out, Grim Reaper. I just did the math. You said there's a hard limit to the number of souls the ley lines here can receive each day. It's 2, isn't it?
That much is obvious.
It's time to review this whole affair. If the...
Ada yang bisa kita simpulkan. Jadi beda gitu.
Looking back now, none of us had the faintest idea at the time. From the moment that staff member named Demoff walked into the snowstorm, the incident had already begun.
Si Demoff mana ya? Day one si ininya nggak sih? Aliosa.
Alosha was the second to walk into the snowstorm after Demoff to investigate. During this process, the ruler of death assumed his identity, making him one of the victims. During our first night in the theater, everyone was caught up in the novelty of it all. No one could have expected there would be victims the very next morning. Despite all the confusion, and with the help of hindsight, we finally began to realize that something was amiss with the snowstorm.
Si yang ini kan, yang kaya-kaya ini guys, yang di ujung si Tordov dan Rampang. Iya kan? Oh, Saweria. Saweria sama Tordov.
The ley lines devoured Torgov and Sabolova on the first night. At the time, we thought this might be a murder.
Biasanya disangka sama lelek, atau bukan.
Odette and I spoke a lot that night. 3 people were on watch, but in the morning, we discovered that someone had fallen victim all the same.
Oh, staffnya ya, staffnya. Si Kulish sama si ini Rampana. Ini saya di tengah guys.
The deaths of Kulish and Rampana caused everyone to stop suspecting Lelik. Unexplainable phenomena occurred one after another, leading Mitya to suspect that we were caught up in a supernatural event.
Jadi alur keseluruhan aja sih guys ya. Jadi ke day 4 itu si...
Later, we discovered that there seemed to be an extra person among us, and subsequently discovered the existence of the deceased.
Ini Shram sama si
Mr. Shram realized he was the deceased and walked into the snowstorm to return to the ley lines of his own accord.
Satu lagi siapa anjir, gue lupa cuy. Si Valeria guys.
We thought it was all over, but Mr. Valeri's death was a rude awakening for everyone. A lot happened.
Oke, lanjut ke day 5 sih gitu ya.
The fact that there was more than one deceased seemed to bring us back to square one. Odette revealed some information she had been keeping to herself.
Mitya sama...
Although Mitya did indeed walk into the void in the ley lines hasn't...
si Vodianitsa sama si apa?
Vodianitsa was swallowed by the lake.
Masih ingat gua, nggak usah dijelasin masih.
As it happened, Ptashka filled the void left by Mitya's return from the ley lines by walking into the snowstorm this morning. The girl I thought was child's sister Tonya. Come to think of it, Ptashka was about to walk into the snowstorm at that time, and Renova, unaware that Mitya would return, was concerned that her soul would overflow from the ley lines. Looking back, I suppose that was an early slip-up on her part.
Next day, day 6, day sekarang guys.
No one could have expected anyone who walked into the snowstorm to return. But just after nightfall, Mitya returned, bringing crucial information with him. Various truths began to surface, including that all of us were already dead, and that the ruler of death was here among us. Then, after revealing her true form, Renova callously claimed 2 souls.
Jugunov sama si Odette guys udah mati ya. Dan bisa kita berdua.
In fact, everyone was already dead by the time we took the photo. And in the days since, we've experienced many more partings in the afterlife. Now, only Mitya and I remain. And the true culprit behind everything still stands before us. That covers everything. It's all clear now.
Your work isn't finished here yet, is it? The Traveler and I are still standing here, safe and sound.
The Water Imp's song threw things off a little, but it is of no consequence. The ley lines have already anchored your soul, and the first ray of light tomorrow morning will take you back.
So the reunion in the night that Vodianitsa mentioned.
That just leaves you, Traveler. My power only allows me to temporarily separate your soul from your body, and your soul is firmly anchored to your body by your will. For a descender like you, who is not bound by Tevat's rules, your death can only be brought through the most violent of means, such as direct. I have no interest in involving myself with descenders, for now. Although, this may change if Asmodee remains missing. Or you insist on interfering with our affair.
One last question then. All our struggles and sacrifices here, they were meaningless from the very beginning, weren't they?
Death abides no reason. Besides, what you call sacrifice is merely a concept created by humanity. To me, it is nothing more than a self-indulgent charade in the face of death. Mere mortals fantasizing that their actions could reclaim something from my grasp. A truly laughable idea.
Shit, man. Apa nih yang terjadi?
Grim Reaper, you really know how to get on my nerves.
Apa nih yang dia lakuin, guys?
I'm not here to ingratiate myself with you. I kill merely because your deaths are necessary.
Oh, you've made that quite clear. But humans don't take well to being scorned. Not even by the gods.
Gila duaan doang, guys. Hal yosanya ya. Petir berarti ya dia. Kuatlah aja kalau lunar off dia aneh-aneh aja cuy. Susah sekali.
This is futile. You must know that you are powerless against me in my own domain. I suggest that you save your strength.
For what? Maybe we can't change it. But if nothing else, we can at least teach you to have some respect for the dead.
Audacious.
Gila nice banget cuy. Hilang doang dia guys. Tidak guys. Sama aja anjing. Mau gimana pun ya tetap kalah sih. Ini Ruler of Death tuh pernah ketemu di Northcry bener guys. Gue baru ingat. Dia cuma berdua doang ini gitu. Sadar lagi guys. Aman sih guys. GG guys. Kembali lagi semua guys. Akhir ceritanya saat apa cuy? Di balik plot twist ada plot twist lagi anjing emang.
How are you holding up, Odette?
What happened to me?
How much?
What do you mean?
Is
the performance over? I can't seem to recall what happened.
Has Odette already forgotten?
Berarti beberapa lupa guys, kecuali Mitya masih sama kita dong.
Mitya?
Oh, I'm sorry. I guess I spaced out there for a second. Remind me who you are?
Don't you remember anything?
Yeah, I remember now, comrade. Looks like we guessed right. Just like me when Odette found me at the Armory Palace. For some reason, everyone killed by the Ruler of Death eventually came back to life, just with one catch. They forgot what happened while they were dead.
Odette and the others have already forgotten everything. Why were you able to remember this time?
Could this be the reason? You said this is the Ruler of Death's symbol, right?
I don't see anything there.
You don't? Huh. Okay. I guess that makes sense. I carved this into my hand in the afterlife, so it's not visible in the physical world. Does that mean I carved this symbol into my soul? What an unsettling thought. Still, at least I get to remember what happened. I suppose it's a blessing in disguise. What about you, though? The Ruler of Death mentioned that you're a descender? Is that why you can remember?
A full explanation would get complicated very quickly. But that's essentially it.
Well then, now that it's all over, let's figure out what we've learned. The first thing I notice is that everything here is precisely as we left it, right before our deaths. This confirms that time passes differently in the afterlife than in the real world.
They say that right before death, time slows down, and your whole life flashes before your eyes.
That must be how you know you have one foot in the afterlife by that point. Anyway, clearly the few days we spend in the afterlife probably only amounted to a few short minutes in the real world. This also aligns with previous reports of widespread temporary memory loss among the Armory Palace personnel. To those unaware of the truth, dying and coming back to life must feel similar to a short bout of catatonia. This leaves me with a couple big questions. What are the conditions that trigger this so-called curse of death? And why are we
If nothing else, I think it shows that killing us wasn't her ultimate goal.
Right. This time only got complicated because of the situation with the theater's ley lines. That's why she had to approach it differently. Come to think of it, wasn't I about to note something down before I died? I can't remember what it was, but I think it was something related to my research project. Sorry, Traveler. I'll catch up with you again later.
Sir, if I may, no one of your description has ever shown up in my investigations into Mr. Mitya's friend. Yet, You two seem very familiar with each other. Could you perhaps tell me where he was in such a rush to get to? And, by the way, have we ever crossed paths? Forgive the presumptuousness, but I feel a vague and indescribable sense of familiarity about...
I can explain everything. Could you help me gather everyone in the theater in one place?
Akhirnya bisa balik lagi ke dunia kita, guys.
So Chuganov really is going to shut down the factory. I guess this theater incident actually did us some good after all. So, you said I promised to take you to the Armory Palace while we were in the afterlife, yes? I believe you. I think I even have a vague memory of it. Agreed. Let's check in on her first.
Kita cek Paimon, guys. Kangen banget sama Paimon, guys. Setelah kita hampir ya. Hampir banget mati coy, sumpah coy. Ternyata itu, guys. Pas itu kan lawan Ruler of Death tuh pas sama Arley ya kan, kalau gue salah ingat. Dan itu tuh dibukain sama si Nicole, ya sama si Nicole.
I'm finally back, even though a long time has passed from my perspective. As far as Paimon's concerned, I probably just went out to watch a very short I should keep my emotions in check when I see Paimon again.
Wait. The atmosphere here feels off. Shh. Stay quiet.
Have we still not been able to notify Child yet? We need new orders. I'm so sorry.
Tell me, what happened?
It was the Jester. He came here in person and escorted Miss Paimon away. He's the director of the Fatui. His authority supersedes all others and cannot be questioned.
How long ago did he leave? And
it was about an hour ago. Miss Paimon was fast asleep at the time. The Jester simply walked off with her as if it was only natural.
Do you know where they went?
The Armory Palace, most likely. Lord Piero, the Jester, has been overseeing the experiments there lately, keeping a close eye on their progress. I'm surprised he came in person.
Then lead the way, Odette.
Okay.
Langsung aja ke Armory Palace, guys. Anjir. Di bawah mas Paimon pagi ini.
It's just up ahead. Quick, let's get inside.
No, I'll go alone. You know I'm planning to force my way in.
I was hardly planning on taking you through the official channel. I may be a Fatus, but I'm also Lelek. Paimon's safety is paramount right now.
If you say so.
Let's go. There's no time to...
Kita bareng sama si Odette, guys. Let's go. Nah, kita lawan Fatui ini berarti beneran.
Hey, who are you? This part of the Armory Palace is under restricted access. What do you think you're doing?
No questions, please. We're short on time.
Ini rada aneh, tadi gue pakai party ini. Gak apa-apa guys, gue pakai partinya skirt buat sakit ya. Ya lanjut ya guys. Gila ini banyak banget cuy.
Rain outlines your fate. Shadows of...
Sabar dong. Biarin gue lewat kan. Biar cepet beres anjing semua.
Together.
Ini aja mau kesini harus orang-orangan kayak gini guys.
The footsteps of the impious. Fate is upon you. Let me read you a verse. Pinnacle of excellence. Merciless.
Kok kagak ini? Kagak langsung wah.
Let's begin. Witness the snow swan's grace. Surprise. Not concerned. Let me scry. Shadow me. Let the snowflakes. Flowers bloom like a snowy burial.
Mati. Aman ya Armory Palace ya, kita akhirnya bisa masuk Armory Palace guys. Apa harus lawan orang-orang kayak gitu sih? Kita kembali ya darahnya ya, bagus lah.
Do you have a pass? Where are you coming from? So, you're intruders, huh? Don't blame me for what happened next!
Sini guys, jangan berlama-lama guys.
Decided by destiny.
Ayolah, pencet ulti kok.
Run while you still can. There's nowhere to hide.
Susah banget kalau bambang tuh. Kita masih agak panjang ya.
The Armory Palace is hidden this deep in? This place is much bigger than I imagined.
They're conducting top-secret research after all. The deeper it's hidden, the better, is standard Fatui logic.
The style doesn't really look like the Fatui's handiwork, though.
They must have requisitioned some structures from a past civilization. It also...
We're in for a tough fight. Stay alert!
What the fuck?
Body and mind.
Kita respopi gue mana guys?
At first, the flavor.
Back to it.
Into the void.
Tanpa perlu berlama-lama cuy. Pakai skirt tuh nggak perlu berlama-lama guys, langsung aja ya. Enak skirt banget cuy. Masih tekno lah menurut gua guys. Di skirt ini.
Intruders? Don't come any closer! Just what are you guys trying to do here?
Delve into destiny.
A little amuse-bouche.
Singkir.
Fearless.
Langsung kok.
Together, witness the snow swan's grace. That's it? That's supposed to hurt.
Lama juga.
Merciless.
Sini semua.
A dash of frosting.
Shadows of fate. Rain outlines your fate.
Paradigm shift.
No one interferes with a jester's work.
Harus skirt mulu guys. Oh enggak guys, harus lewat sisi lain. Masih OP lah guys, menurut gua. Kesana lah. Mau kemana lagi kocak? Gila dalam banget ya tempatnya ini. Lewat sana cuy. Mau langsung lompat tadinya guys.
Looks like no one's guarding this place.
There's something off about that decoration over there. Look out!
Let's deal with these before we move on.
Gila nih. Ya kurang saya nih. Oh kita pakai cara yang itu ya. Oke. Betong. Ini bisa diserang. Bisa diserang lagi.
Goose on the loose. Feel this.
Sampai harus pakai ultinya gua biar lebih cepat. AP banget tadi. Teknisi skate ini mau kapan tuh juga guys. Nggak usah ya, gue nggak usah beli DPS cryo lagi ya cukup guys. Apa nih, ada apa lagi di depan kita guys? Semua diapain sih ini sebenarnya? Habis ketemu Lord of Death loh langsung guys.
The researchers here probably don't know that we're uninvited guests. Let's try not to hurt them.
What's the big star from the theater doing here?
That's Miss Odette. She's a member of the Fatui. You didn't know that?
Was the whole reason for Project Stuja to support the research here at the Armory Palace? Just what are the Fatui and the Tsaritsa planning?
Wah anjir sih. Oke lanjut guys. Halo bang, numpang lewat bang. Misi bang, numpang lewat bang. Halo bang. Ini peneliti kayaknya guys. Gak usah kita sakitin mereka guys.
Whoa! Who are you? Never seen you around here before.
Aman bang.
Looks like there's no way through here.
Maybe using the power of this prism could help?
Prism. Oke. Oh iya. Kabar gitu. Gua gak lihat ada itu guys. Okay.
I think I see some images.
It's the prism's power at play, causing images of the past to reappear, albeit only as illusions. Let's make our way.
Paimon. And the Jester. Is this another scene from the past?
Yes. It looks quite old though. I don't think it happened in the recent past.
What happened guys? Antara Jester dan Paimon.
What's going on here? What happened?
The source seems to be the Armory Palace. They must have started some large-scale experiment.
Wait, what if this has something to do with Paimon? We need to hurry!
Cepet banyak urusan tuh guys. Dia apa bisa guys. Come on, hurry up.
We're almost there. The Armory Palace is just up ahead.
Paimon, please be okay.
Yeah.
No, my sword!
harus ngedodge yang kayak gini. Iya. Malas banget loh.
Let me scry. Merciless. Another star goes out.
Nggak usah lama-lama guys. Apa lama-lama? Ini masih ada guys. Si kampret ini jangan tanya.
A dash of frosting. Shadows of fate.
Udah lah. Di carry aja udah. Sekali nggak apa-apa lah. Party gue udah OP gini. Tambah pulihnya juga. Sakit. Apa sih? Wah, kenapa gini guys? Jadi muram gini guys.
What's going on? Wait, I remember this feeling. It's the curse of death. No, not now. Why is the curse of death striking again already? Odette.
Bisa ada curse of death lagi guys. Cuma mimpi kita kan ya kayaknya. Sih ini mimpi dalam mimpi.
Is this the afterlife again? I need to find a way back to reality. Is that Odette's core Ignis?
Apa sih kita harus kemana lagi? Itu masih panjang coy. Ternyata ya. Gila sih guys. Ruler of Death ini ya. What the fuck? Ini harus gimana nih? Pindahin gitu guys. Core Ignisnya jadi ngebalikin itu ya. Oke lah ya. Cepet. Anjing. Oh nice. Come on. Let's go. Experience anjing. Buka. Ada aja anjing curse. What the fuck? Oh sorry. Gue harus tetap ngikutin. Anjing bisa gitu. Ilusi guys, virus. Come on. Bisa. Anjir ini rumit banget sih sumpah sih. Coba kita lepas guys dari Ruler of Death. Enggak lepas ya. Ada lagi. Jadi cukup lama ya ternyata.
Odette! No signs of life. But past experience says that she should be resurrected before Did Odette intentionally use her core Ignis to guide my soul? Thank you, Odette. If not for you, my soul wouldn't have found its way back to my body so quickly. But I'm sorry. I don't have time to protect you.
Kita harus sendiri guys. Ayolah.
Sure enough, everyone here has been affected by the curse of death. Paimon!
Jadi karena curse of death itu guys.
No, wait. Paimon probably didn't escape Renova's curse either. She won't be able to respond to me right now. I'll have to find her myself.
Yang terjadi gue bingung juga guys. Si Renova ini masih berlanjut katanya. Mitya kah itu?
Mitya!
Iya bener
Is
Mitya
this
guys.
the laboratory he works in? What happened here to trigger the curse of death again so soon? I'll have to ask him when he wakes up. Finding Paimon has to take priority now. Found her. Paimon really is here.
Ada Paimon guys. Gimana ini cara? Nggak bisa guys. Coba ya. Aktifin ini. Aktif guys ya guys. Langsung kita jemput Paimon. Anjing lu harus update gue lagi. Goblok banget loh. Anjing ketemu lagi lagi. Ini orang emang maunya apa sih ya ini sih ya, si ini tuh guys. Mantap sih guys. Sorry guys.
You don't learn, do you? You've already been involved in one mass death, and now you show up at the scene of another. This might have passed for a coincidence the first time, but a second time? Am I to assume you are intentionally interfering in Snezhnaya's affairs? Judging by your expression, it seems that you understand little of what is going on here. In that case, a word to the wise. Do not interfere in Snezhnaya's affairs. A civilization that fails to learn its lesson constantly depletes its own worth. And as a descender, you are perfectly suited to be the lifeline to which a dying civilization might desperately cling.
No advice needed. I'll make my own judgments.
Suit yourself. When the day of reckoning arrives, not even a descender can hope to escape unscathed. The time for resurrection fast approaches. The mortals here are not yet worthy to behold my form. That thing is coming with me.
Jester. Thanks to Jester, Pakis.
You awoke sooner than I thought. The curse of immortality is stubborn, unable to enter the ley lines, yet not content to remain a spirit.
Ruler of death. What do you want?
You perplex me. Both you and you. That thing may be a creation of Celestia, but it possesses none of Celestia's power, let alone authority. Your obsession with it baffles me. No matter, the resurrection will soon begin. It's worthless anyway. I'll reclaim it next time.
Who says there will be a next time?
Susah guys ngalahin. Susah sih. Anjing balik guys, pengabar Rova ini sih. Sayang sekali guys. Bawa kemana-mana anjing, kayak mana guys? Kayak emang spesial gitu guys. Gue punya kekuatan spesial gitu.
I missed you, Paimon.
What are you talking about? We haven't even been apart for that long, have we?
It was different this time. You seem to be in pretty good shape.
Yeah, Paimon's back in
Udah baik
tip-top
lagi.
condition. It's the weirdest thing. Paimon fell asleep earlier, and when she woke up, she found herself here. The jester and that guy talking to him used some kind of energy on Paimon. And she could kind of feel it canceling out that other thing that was making her feel unwell.
So,
apologies for leaving in such a hurry at the theater earlier. I was in a rush to verify some theories. Rest assured that your companion is perfectly safe. We reversed the effects that the experimental energy had on her. The jester specifically instructed me to do so.
I suppose this is our first official meeting, Traveler. I could not let Paimon suffer in her condition for a moment longer, and so I simply took her without explanation. I hope you do not mind.
But why would a big shot like you care about what happens to Paimon?
As I said when you first arrived in Snezhnaya, we once spent some time together in the distant past.
Oh yeah, you did mention that. And Paimon did think you seemed strangely familiar the first time we met.
I'm afraid the reminiscing will have to wait. Meteor, let us continue with the report. What conclusions, if any, did you reach from conducting the final experiment of our energy research ahead of schedule?
The good news is, my hypothesis regarding the Ruler of Death has been verified. As for the bad news, I recommend we suspend the experiments and Project Mistleton until further notice. Currently, we have no means with which to make a breakthrough. I say this purely as a scientist, guided by reason alone.
I will trust your judgment. We shall put the project on hold until the Ruler of Death has been eliminated.
Wait, what are you guys talking about? You want to get rid of Renova? Like, how? By killing her?
By whatever means necessary, so long as it removes the threat she poses to us. Until then, everything we do will be in vain. After what just happened, I've ascertained Renova's goal. Or rather, the trigger condition for the Curse of Death.
Okay, let's hear it.
What she's doing is blocking Snezhnaya's technological progress, preventing us from possessing any means with which to threaten the heavenly principles.
Dia takutnya gitu, guys.
Just like the little lapdog she is.
So, any ideas, research, or experiments that lead to technological progress can trigger the curse. Just now, for instance, I was set to launch a final phase energy experiment ahead of schedule. If the experiment was successful, we could have achieved a crucial breakthrough. As expected, though, the moment the experiment began, all the researchers, technicians, and witnesses died from the curse. All that effort, not to mention the energy and materials we relied on Project Snezhnaya to gather for us, went to waste. In the end, nothing was gained.
Does that mean something similar happened when we were at the theater?
That's right. During the performance, I thought of an important breakthrough regarding the experiment, and wound up dragging everyone into this. So the nature of the curse seems to be something like, when moments of technological progress occur, all life in the vicinity is taken away.
What a violent method!
Of course, that meant the curse was normally limited to the Armory Palace. Since outsiders are forbidden from entering, this mass death phenomenon went unnoticed until Odette came along. I believe she was the first witness. The Curse of Death was triggered just before she infiltrated the Armory Palace that day.
But you mentioned something about a final stage experiment.
That's right. Even with the gods locking certain key components out of reach, but as I'm sure Renova anticipated, even incremental progress has its limits.
You mean the experiment you were just about to do?
Yes, we were at a critical juncture, a moment where the quantitative was about to translate into fundamental. But now, after already being forced to fumble around in the dark all this time, as long as Renova's Curse of Death persists, we won't be able to advance the experiment or obtain a—
And with Project Snezhnaya having been in effect all this time, at our nation, only by eliminating Renova first will it be possible to continue advancing our plans.
But she's the ruler of death! She can just kill whoever she wants, right?
We'll see. But one thing's for sure. She definitely can't just do whatever she wants.
Years?
Wouldn't it be easier to just kill all of us researchers for good?
So, you're saying even the ruler of death has limitations we don't know about?
Exactly. And I think that's where the key to our breakthrough lies.
Regardless, the ruler of death has always been an obstacle we must overcome. Indeed, we must face life, death, time and space. After our goal is the heavenly principles.
The Fatui. Wanna check?
For a long time, I've had a vague suspicion the Fatui and the Tsaritsa were targeting the heavenly principles. But hearing the Jester admit it is still a shock. No wonder the Tsaritsa's goal has always been kept a secret from the people. What kind of road will that lead Snezhnaya down?
In that case... Lord Jester, I would like to request some leave. I'd like some time to organize my thoughts and go over the data.
Granted. Get some rest, put the experiment out of your mind, and take care that the curse of death doesn't affect any civilian.
Ini tujuannya bagus sih sebenarnya. Oke, kita ngobrol ya sama the Jester aja.
While there is yet time, allow me to offer you my hospitality, honored guest of Snezhnaya. Is there anything you wish to know?
Coba tanya sesuatu.
I remember hearing the term
Yeah! Paimon wanted to ask about that when
As you know, Project Stuzha is a series of measures enacted to consolidate our nation's resources, the greater purpose of which is to... Many of the things you have encountered thus far. This includes the Kuvaki Experimental Design Bureau in Notdry.
And that's a weapon built for the final battle against the heavenly principles. I was given some intel, and I made some deductions.
Wait! You must mean that thing over there! Oh, Paimon's gotta take a closer look at this thing.
Kuvaki alone will not break through Celestia's defenses. The heavenly principles are no doubt accustomed to combating the power of the light realm, and elemental energy is simply the power of the human realm. For now, therefore, we have set our sights on the form of energy. You could say that by reverse engineering the stellar linchpins to extract the energy within.
The Kuvaki Experimental Design Bureau, Project Stuzha, and the new energy experiments. Huh. And it looks like your plan is almost complete.
Her Majesty the Tsaritsa has embarked upon an expedition to vanquish a monster.
Seems like the powers that be in Snezhnaya.
The Harbingers have been granted significant autonomy in retrieving the Gnosi.
You read my...
Speaking of the Gnosis, Paimon's been dying to ask this question since
The Gnosis will undoubtedly serve as a key bargaining chip when she confronts the heavenly principle.
What do you mean? Not sure.
Taking on the heavenly principles is something most people wouldn't even entertain in their wildest fantasies.
Into that today, civilization, our civilization, may very well be destroyed in this only by changing the state of affairs. Otherwise...
Accepting potential destruction.
Furthermore...
Huh? All of them?
Then the birth of the Hilichurls. The rules of Natlan's Ode of Resurrection.
Yes. Even a...
What?
The Tsaritsa has always had if she can seize their authority. Look forward to it. Though the ordinary people of Snezhnaya may not, we all believe. That's...
Paimon really doesn't remember.
Allow me to explain. The reason Paimon reacted to the anti-Celestia energy is because she comes from Celestia herself.
Paimon? A creation of Celestia?
Oh, right. I was blinded by anger earlier, but thinking back on it...
As you know, the lunar fragments in Nodcry were... But the first application of this technology... I used this technology upon the heavens, and the response I received was none other than Paimon descending. I presented her to the Vinster King. Paimon then took up temporary residence in my palace until...
Wait, Paimon's a little confused. You're talking about things that happened, but... Paimon doesn't remember any of that. Falling from the sky? Being given away as a gift?
Having lived through the cataclysm, perhaps you too were burdened with some manner of curse. Although, losing your memories would indeed be the smallest price I've ever seen.
But it's not just your memories from AKHIRNYA. Paimon does doesn't even know how she spent the last 500 years. What was Paimon like back in Conria? Did she know a whole lot because she came from Celestia?
Unfortunately, when you arrived in Conria, your consciousness was like that of a newborn infant. During the time you lived in Conria, your personality was no different from how it is.
Aw, man! Paimon's plan to get her memories back and become super smart is ruined before it could even start. You know, even though Paimon lost her memories, she still feels weirdly close to you for some reason. That must mean you took pretty good care of Paimon back then.
On the contrary, I completely ignored. But now, as I see it, it is as if you are the only sane thing that survived that era of insanity.
Yeah.
And the...
Noted. Man, Paimon's gotta stop projecting friendship on everyone she meets. But, Traveler? Even though you know Paimon's some creation of Celestia now, you still... Oh, phew. That's a relief. Paimon's just learning about this too. She's barely even processed it.
Thank you for telling me so much. I'm a bit surprised, honestly.
Given the circumstances, the Fatui need not hide anything from our ally.
Ally?
To advance Project Mistleton, we must first resolve our issue with the...
That's right. Ever since she said she intends to reclaim Paimon when we next meet...
Against an opponent of this caliber...
You're going to challenge the ruler of death? Thank you. Oh, thank you. Oh, gee. Now Paimon doesn't even know what to say. Anyway, Paimon's super touched.
The Tsaritsa will return in triumph in short order, and the Fatui shall hold internal discussions regarding the enemy.
Got it. Thanks for your help with Paimon.
There was just one other thing. Well, it's just a request, really. Of course, Paimon knows it's...
Certainly you may.
Oh, for real?
While the technology is not yet fully developed, it has nevertheless reached the stage where...
Oh.
Kita lihat, guys. Oke, kita lihat. Nyata kayak gitu, guys. Oke sih. Kemana? Balik lagi, guys. Aman ya?
Huh? Oh, hey there, Odette!
Paimon? You're okay.
Long story short, yep.
That's right. When I woke up, I wanted to go in after you, so I returned the...
It was thanks to you that my soul found its way back to my body, so...
Huh. That actually worked? Really, you should be anyway, and now that
Kemana dia? Oh, udah balik lagi kah? Iya, udah balik lagi ya.
Ah, Director Chuganov, you're back. We just received notice that Project Snezhnaya has been suspended. This is the preliminary plan. Our calculations indicate that the factory's
That won't be necessary. Leave the energy for those who need it. Start preparing to halt production and lay off the staff.
Am I hearing you right? What?
I just... suddenly don't want to do this anymore. Iskra. It's time to rest.
Dear esteemed members of the Rokot, given the effects of Lelik's radical actions upon our organization, considering that Lelik did what they did for the benefit of the people, the Rokot has nevertheless negotiated with the authorities. Lelik will be suspended for a period of time. Depending on their future performance, they may be allowed to adopt a new codename and continue acting as part of the Rokot. The purpose of this notice is to remind everyone once again that motives and methods are equally important when one operates in the shadows. Even with Project Snezhnaya's suspension and our interim operational victory, we must guard against complacency and rashness and work to consolidate the progress we have made so far. We act only for the greater glory and solidarity of our nation.
We act only for the greater glory and solidarity.
You mean for us?
Just thinking out loud, I've never seen the Snezhnaya Vecha so lively before.
Sorry guys. Apa sih anjing?
I never once thought I'd come here.
Wih.
But I understand everything now, Rosaline.
Wait. Wait, tolong dong. Ininya tolong. Hai. Ini gimana caranya keluar? Kampret harus begitu ya. Ini banget tuh. Orang lagi asik. Tiba-tiba ada antivirus anjing. Oke, ini ke makam kan, jadi ke cut aja gue. Aman guys. Kita ke makamnya Simora guys. Bisa lihat yang diklaim itu ya, kayak si ini Flits guys, kasusnya.
I've seen Spirit Seeker performed many times, including by your mother.
Why do you bring that up all of a sudden?
Even though the choreography is always identical, every dancer finds a way.
So you actually want to talk to me about ballet?
I just think it would be a pity if the dance was lost to history. She didn't teach it to you, did she?
That was an unusually subtle taunt for you.
We embraced one another on the snow-swept plains, melting the ruthlessness of time. But when our bodies, in pieces, are cast to the winds, what of our love will remain behind?
Don't tell me you can't sing.
Shush.
Ini final moment ya kak.
I understand her hatred. The Fatui robbed her of the life she should have had. I never opposed her dancing. Yet still I became an enemy of her ballet.
Yang dari si Arle ya?
I'll just keep my distance. Many despise me. I'm used to it.
You're certainly not one to shy away from confrontation. But children, they need a different approach.
I'm hardly the most determined.